If our freedom of speech includes only saying nice things, then there is no need for it. As a matter of fact, they said that the freedom of speech includes insulting the other person. And if you are not angry, if you are not happy about it, you find your way to the court.
I like that part. If our freedom of speech is only includes saying nice things about people, then there's no need of freedom of speech. Because some people can be angry and say it how it is. Some people can be angry and insult you. All is inclusive when it comes to freedom of speech. But in Nigeria, they intimidate you whenever you speak. When you speak anything that is against them, you are in trouble. If you read properly and go do a research, study what freedom of speech actually means. It means speaking how you like is a freedom of speech. Listen to what he's saying here again.
Freedom of speech includes only saying nice things, then there is no need for it. As a matter of fact, they said that the freedom of speech includes insulting the other person. And if you are not angry, if you are not happy about it, you find your way to the court, not to try to suffocate people and gag people from talking.
Then take me to court. That's what freedom of speech stands for. But in Nigeria, no. They want to look for you. They want to take your life. They want to intimidate you. They want to oppress you. They want to suppress you. How long are we going to continue like this? Rufai have never, ever insulted Tinubu. He's just saying it how it is. The reason why you see we are still on this case is because we are doing the same job. We all are doing the same job. You don't know, what these people are thinking of us as well. So I'd like us to talk on all this. I have an old video here that I would like to play about Reno. Every one of us have seen this video before, but I just want to play it to remind and refresh people's mind again. But
I'm with my friend here, Governor Peter Obi. We're in DC. We came in for the National Prayer Breakfast. But you see, I listened to this man. I listened to Governor Peter Obi. And, ex-Governor Peter Obi, the plans, the ideas, this man raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. He raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. Since he left office, can you believe that this man does not take anything, not even like a penny from the Anambra State government? And while he was there, he was a man that built up Anambra State. Anambra State used to be almost educationally disadvantaged. And then in less than 2 years, he brought them to be #1. He left that state with a reserve. Look, we need people like this. I'm so proud of Governor Obi. I listened to him today and, I was taught, like, do we have fellows like this in Nigeria? I'm very proud of this man. Look at everything that he has touched. He made money for himself in the private sector. He made money for Anambra State in government. Anambra State doesn't borrow money. Are you aware of that? These bailout funds that the current administration is giving states, Anambra State, he left enough for Anambra State. I'm very proud of this man. Governor Obi, please just say something to my followers, to my fans.
Well, thank you, all of you. All I'm saying is that we have no other country except Nigeria. We must work hard to build it. We must build it. It's our country. We cannot bequeath our children and those coming after us anarchy. We will bequeath them a better country.
Now you heard it. God bless you. Talk to you guys later.
You see why I continue to play videos like this? Because I'm going to start playing more videos like this. For you guys to know that many of those that is fighting my principal today, Mr. Peter Obi, they have raised him up before with their tongue. They have praised him before. But today they are fighting him based on their own selfish interests. Reno is fighting Peter Obi today for no single reason. That's what I'm saying, including Tinubu, Atiku, all of them. They don't have anything to say against my principal. Till tomorrow. None of them. They don't have anything to say about him. Let's talk about all these videos that I've played right now. Thank you. Lefties, back to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Well, if I must go by the last video that you just played of Reno talking about Peter Obi, it shows that, you see, anything that goes into the media, it's like a safe. It's not like, even when, it's not like our memory, when we get to forget it. It never got lost because it is saved at many sources. Reno have forgotten himself that at one point in time,
He did this video.
he did this video to sell himself and to have obedient as followers by bringing Peter Obi's goodwill, the face and name, to
Exactly.
his product. That's why I say, just say something to my followers.
Exactly.
He know he's a good man, and he went ahead to indict himself by saying, "This is the kind of man we need. Do we still have people like this in Nigeria?
Exactly.
This is a man that did this, that did that, that did this, that did that, that did this. He never took money. He left a lot of money. He did this." Imagine after saying something like this same person will go back and collect money from PDP and start to vomit rubbish and start to say things again against the person you use his face to sell your product at a time. What does that look like? Meaning he's shameless human being. I cannot be eating my vomit. If I have said this, then I should stay by it. Anything that concerns such a man, even if he is not my candidate, I should just stay away from anything that concerns him, not by destroying him. Because I have said with this same mouth what is good about him. Then why will I now again be saying things that is not proper of the same person? That means two-edged sword. That is the kind of man he has. You can say anything at any time. Fickle-hearted and flipsy mouth, flipsy tongue. It's a pity, Reno. You see, I've always said it before that I don't take anything serious from Reno. Reno is a politician and he's eating from the political spectrum, and he will do anything to satisfy his orgas at the top. And we understand his style. People like Reno, what's his name? Kayamo,
Dino Melaye.
Dino Melaye, they are all in the same categories. They are good to talk. They can change their words anytime. They can come out to impress you. All they just want is for themselves. They don't really care about you. It's about what they are getting from what they are doing. They are doing business. That's how I put it. Now, going by the attack on press freedom is very, very unfortunate. You see why Emilico is going to fail? There's no way in the world where any candidate, government, fights the media and succeed. If you want to ask me who I go and ask the last American president before now. Go and ask him. He had a media war. What happened to him? That will bring you down. Tinubu has started a fight. He can never win. You cannot fight the media and get away with it. It's not possible. It's never possible. Because the Arise TV is inviting him and saying things that Nigeria are saying, and is running away from such platform. And you are now trying to use other platform to fight that platform. It's not going to work. You are using your organized platform, organized unquote, people that are under your payroll. They are not saying it freely. You are paying them. It's like a contract. Let's do this. You see, all those system, analog system, not going to work anymore. We're in the digital system. Tinubu, you cannot run now. Can you run? No, you can't run. So stay one place and watch. You cannot run. Leave those that have the strength to run to run. Those that have the strength to run, they are already running. You're already in one place. You cannot run. So there's nothing Tinubu can do. His old system, these are the system Nigerian politicians have been using. They bring a product for you to buy, you buy them. And I see a lot of Nigerians buy into what they want you to know. Usually they use the press. After that, they use organized talks to put fear into you, just like Elvis have just said. When you didn't budge, they go after your life. They start taking things that will make you regret. If they can't take you, they'll take either your wife, your children, or your business away. They'll start to affect you spiritually, physically, emotionally. They'll want to break you down in all ways they could. If you want to ask me, I'm gonna go ask the man, Salary, after him speaking to Babangida at all time, accusing him. You know what they did to him? For you that don't understand, they gave him People's Bank, Community Bank, to manage, if I may remember that history very well. And he accepted. That's when something very bad happened to him. He accepted managing the bank, and they gave him, allow people that was working with him to steal. They stole so much money. This man did not take no pen. And when they started investigating him, when you want to say, look, it's not me. They say that is how government is. So stop talking. Stop talking. You see? You didn't say, you say you didn't, but they stole under your name. That's how government is. So guys, it's a clear matter. Attacking the media, you cannot succeed media. The truth, you cannot fight the truth. It's not possible. You cannot turn light, daylight to night. You don't have the power. So whatever system, tactics, method you are employing to blackmail people for saying the truth, for unfolding the truth, many people are dying. Yes. If you just live in Lagos, you go against Tinubu, don't just leave Lagos. His talk will come after it or kill you. If you are living anywhere, his talk will come after it or kill you. See the way they've been harassing Rufai on the road, on the street, on the malls, threatening his life for just saying the truth. That is Nigeria for you, because the security of life and property, the government is not responsible for you. But by law, they are supposed to protect you. It's a pity that APC, they are biting more than they could chew. It's very, very unfortunate. For all the mistakes they've been doing, this one will kill them finally. Because these are the media now. These are the people that talk. These are the people that have the camera. These are the people that have the right, that can write. And you want to fight them. If they go after you are finished, they will dig you out and they will broadcast you very well. And that will be the end of you. You don't fight the media anywhere in the world. You don't. It's a no-go area. When they take you up, it's finished for you. And it's finished for blah, 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 blah. Every day is making same mistake. Every day. He thinks we are still living in the 80s. Where they do all nonsense and get away. I can tell you more about him other than Nadeko. Yes. He may not remember I was a little boy going out with my uncle then, who was also a Nadeko member, who was arrested with the Abacha and locked up in Kuje prison for years. I have seen Tinubu. Then, man, look, if you don't know, don't talk. A lot is happening other politics. You see ambassadors coming to see these people, giving them accounts. They don't give you money. They put money in your account. I've shaken hands with so many of them. I'm talking of when I just left secondary school. When I was there, my uncle that exposed me to so many of these things, how they move at night.
We have a call. 1 minute, please.
Good.
Rita, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Okay, thank you, Elvis. Good evening, everyone. And Mommy Diaspora and everyone in the comment section. Lefties, I just wanted to respond to something. You made a comment. You said Reno is a politician. I just want to make it clear. The likes of Reno, Dino, Kayamo, they are not politicians. They are trolls. They are thugs wearing Rolex watches, driving Lamborghini. They are not politicians. We need to get it right. Mm-hmm. We need to get it right. They are not politicians. If you want to know who a real politician is, and you have an opposition, the things that you argue about are economic things. And if Peter Obi says, okay, we're going from production, and we're going to the production stage, as an opposition, you should give me reasons why Nigeria shouldn't just depend on production. If you listen to the debate between late John McCain, I think that's one of the greatest American politicians, John McCain and Obama. When you look at how they argue, nobody was talking about, even when somebody was trying to put Obama down and said, oh, he's a terrorist, he's a Muslim, McCain shut the woman down and said, no, that is a lie. That is not what this man is. Let us talk about the real issues. Those are politicians, my dear. Those are politicians. Reno, Dino, they are not politicians. They are trolls and they are admirals when Rolex wristwatches, driving expensive cars. And they've been in the system for so long that we look at them as politicians. Peter Obi's emergence is not trying to tell people this is how you play politics. So what they're doing, please, they are not politicians. They are not. They are all dogs. Dogs that just carry sand, that carry PhD, that carry master's degree, and they are wearing Rolex watches, or they have Lamborghini, they have Rolls Royce, and then they are wearing Babariga, wearing Agbada, or a nice Armani suit, and you look at them as, oh, they are not politicians. We need to correct that narrative. They are thugs. They are trolls. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita.
Well, Madam Rita, thank you very much for giving them another big name.
Yeah, you can see this before you go on, my brother. You can see the picture on.
Yes, we know this now. When he was drinking Gary now.
This is, apart from the Gary, look at the background. Look at the background. This was before Dino Melaye gets to power. Before he entered, put himself into the Nigerian government. This was how he was living. You can see how poor he was. Today, he have different fleets of cars, expensive, exotic cars in his compound. Look at him before he gets to the government. Just look. Look at him. Apart from, leave the Gary alone. Look at the environment. This is his room. Look at that environment. He get microwave for inside his room. Microwave. He put on top of his fridge for his room. That means he was living in one room, self-contained. It's obvious now. You can see it right there. Because if he was doing well, microwave, when I don't see where people, they keep microwave for inside room. This was his lifestyle. Today, this guy is a multi-billionaire. Then you will tell me that when he speak, you will listen. When he speak, you will... Oh, I don't know why Nigerians are so gullible. Let's move on. Let's call on the next person. Back to you, leftists.
Yes, Madam Rita just gave them a very big name, a beautiful name. But in the Nigeria concept, most of the people who call politicians are all political hoodlums. I'm using Nigeria concept to deal with these people. So that's why I use the word politician, because we have so many people, several people who even Dino and Reno is better than they are still in the government. These are political hooligans. We must put politics, because why we must put politics? They are playing it. Dino was a senator. Reno was one of the advisor. What position was he holding? They are playing politics, for goodness sake. They are political hoodlums, political hooligans. So we must add politics, because is he a pastor? No. Is he a taxi driver? No. Is he, what office will you, who is he? So in Nigeria context, they are politicians. And this the Nigeria politics, and that's why we must change the narrative. The Nigeria politics is it is even the hooligans, the criminals, the 419s, the killers that goes into the politics of Nigeria. The political platform of Nigeria is filled up with all these nuisance and as Alex knock on the ear, make me speak the English finish. These are just the people there. It is Nigeria politics. You cannot compare such people with the America politics, where people are talking about what they have read, what they want to do. They are talking about real issues affecting people. You don't even have right. The community or the country does not give you room to behave like Dino, because our community and our what would I call it, security apparatus is backing them up. If we have a good security system, you'll be careful. You don't talk anyhow, you don't steal. They will notice you once and they'll come after you. They don't need to follow you. Everything you do is being known. I take your correction, but still, I think we are saying the same thing. They are political hooligans. Thank you very much. So let's not talk too much on Dino because it's not important. Let's not also talk too much on Reno. It's not also very important. Let's not also talk too much on these APC oppressors and attacking the media. They'll get it back. Maybe they can't attack us. They'll get it back. It's unfortunate they can't stop the investigation. They can't hold people not to talk. People will always say what they know. Just like I was saying what I know. Yes, I visited your house at night when people are sleeping. That's when we roll. Tinubu, if you remember, I was a small boy. But I learned too lots. Yes, let's go straight to on this. I think the first person is Mr. Ike. Ike, you don't wake up. Okay, thank you. I saw you praying. In fact, you did not sleep. You were praying.
My brother. Aye, aye, aye. You know. Listen. My last word is a word of encouragement and word of strength for every one of us. When I joined this platform, I did say, I repeat it all the time, that the fight is going to become hotter, it's going to become stronger, and we are beginning to experience and witness that. But let us never, ever give up. The after us, but good things never come easy. You know, 1,000 miles start with one step. So they will come they will come to us with everything, but it's not going to change anything. So I want to encourage all of us to keep the faith and keep the fire burning. God is in our side. They will come with everything. You see what they're trying to do in the southeast where I come from. I just want to let my fellow Nigerians never worry what is going on in the southeast. By the month of February, on the day of the election, you will prove me wrong or you prove me right. And I want to tell you here today that people like the governor of Anambra State, his political career in the eastern Nigeria is gone forever. And I think that this will be the last time after his tenure finishes, he can never be the governorship of Abga. And Abga has lost Anambra State already for Labour Party whenever his time comes to an end. So all these political irrelevant men and women in the southeastern Nigeria, let them not confuse my fellow brothers from other part of Nigeria. The Obi of Onitsha is the Obi of Onitsha. You know, they used to say Igbos are no king. No, it's not true. We have some honorable and respectable king in Igbo land. And those people, we know them. You know, for just to tell you where I'm driving at. Where have you seen Peter Obi gone, or any of the political presidential candidate has gone, that the traditional ruler has to leave his stool to go to somewhere to welcome a presidential candidate? It is a sacrilege. It's an abomination of somebody of Obi of Onitsha's pedigree in academic and in everything was so reduced himself with the governor of Anambra State that he left his ancestral stool in Onitsha and go to Oka government house to welcome Atiku Abubakar. For Christ's sake, these people does not represent me, my brothers and sisters. They represent themselves. They have no political. They have listen. They are political. They don't have anything in Eastern Nigeria. So all these Emeka Ihedioha people who we were defending when he lost his governorship election through rigging and the rest of them, he has become politically irrelevant in Imo State. They are not representing the Eastern people. You will see what an Igbo man will do in February, because any Igbo man, any genuine Igbo man who tell you that his PVC is for Atiku Abubakar or any other person is lying. We shall see what will happen in February. The massive support and the massive vote Peter Obi is going to get in South and Eastern Nigeria. So all these people, you should know better than me, these people has no political relevance in Eastern Nigeria. We don't even have political leaders anymore because we can never trust any of them. Those ones that we have trusted, they have failed. So they are on their own. They are looking for political relevance that they cannot get. The present generation, the present crop of Easterners today that we have, they are with Labour Party. They know what they want, and we know what we want. The real traditional and eminent leaders in Igbo land know what they want. So we are looking at people like Dr. Ezife. There are certain group of people in Eastern Nigeria that we can still rely upon. So I am appealing to all of us, let us not be deceived with what is going on in Eastern Nigeria. It's a manipulation. It is all about their stomach. They want to make us look like we don't want the presidency. They want to make us look like, oh, listen, we are not in peace. Oh, we are not together. Oh, we are working against each other. They will do that politics. Everybody's supposed to know that's what they're going to do. Because they know that their history, their book will be closed in February by the special grace of God. Because God himself, through Peter Obi, is training a new political crop of leaders, men and women of credible character in Eastern Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole. So I am telling you that I am not disturbed. Sometimes it is worrying for people who has not been in politics for a very long time or who has not followed politics for a very long time. But I know that with my little experience, last month I didn't tell you, I celebrated my 60 years birthday Monday last week. So I am no more a small man in this world. I've lived a good life in this life. And I know what I'm saying. I've been a community leader for so many years. I've seen so many things. I've been privileged to shake hands with Obasanjo Abdul Salam Abubakar. I've sat in the same conference room with these people. Back then in Africa, in Mali. So this politics that is going in Eastern Nigeria, everybody is looking for political relevance in the wrong place. Because the North has always promised them, you are going to be president. Can you imagine it, Elvis and leftists? Do you think that any Igbo man who listened to the comment of Abubakar, that an Igbo man presidency is only through him, do you know what that word means? For an honest Igbo man, do you know what that word means? It is a word we will never forget. No Igbo man will forget that word. And for every Igbo man who engineered that voice, people like Ihedioha, people like Chief Ulas, people of Kwesile Nwodo, these people, their children are going to suffer for that word that they allowed Abubakar to speak in eastern Nigeria. That is only through him that an Igbo man can be president of Nigeria. What an insult. We will not forget in February 2023.
Hey,
I am telling you.
I have a quick question for you. Are you aware that more Fulani herdsmen have gone to kill people in Enugu today?
Listen to me, my brother. I don't want us to play politics or Fulani and the rest. We know what is going on in Eastern Nigeria.
No. I'm not playing politics. I'm asking you a simple question. Are you aware that more Fulani herdsmen have gone to kill people in Enugu today?
How is that related to what he's saying now? How is that related to what he's saying?
Can you just allow me to finish?
I'm not talking to you.
I do not want to answer such questions right now because your questions are always. I don't know where you stand.
Mr. John, whoever that responded to you apart from Mr. Ike is right. Your question, how does it relate to his submission? That's what he's asking you, because you interjected him for him to forget what he's trying to say. Please,
I'm simply asking him a question, and I want to
listen, my brother, Mr. John.
Okay. Mr. John, hold on, please. Okay. Just hold on. Get to your turn. Go ahead, Mr. Ike.
Most of the time when I'm with this platform, sometimes I might not join, but because of our time difference and my nature of work. But I always try to have opportunity to listen to every conversation in this platform. Mr. John, let me just tell you, I respect you with your knowledge. But you don't even know what is going on in Nigeria. You only talk history. You live in America. You don't know what is going on in Nigeria, even in Eastern Nigeria. But I am telling you because I know. I am telling you because I lived my life over there. I've lived in every part of Nigeria. I have served my community in every part of Nigeria. So when I'm talking, you don't talk. When I'm speaking, people like you should not speak when I'm speaking. Because I'm telling you from experience.
Ike, who are you to tell me not to?
No. John, hold on. Mr. Ike, that is a bit rude, please.
Yeah, who are you? Who are you to tell me to stop?
John, please. When it gets to your turn, you will speak, okay?
Mr. Elvis, there was one video you played here now. They say freedom of speech. Sometimes you told play one video about freedom of speech, and Mr. Ike has not insulted him right now. Mr. Ike said when he's speaking,
who are you is not a good one.
So when he's speaking,
respected. I will not stand here for anybody to disrespect him. Same way, I will not stand here for anybody to disrespect you that is speaking to me right now. You know, we understand we have a freedom of speech, but we have policy here as well. Okay. The word "who are you" to stop me, maybe he's not sure of the other word he can use. Is a bit harsh. That's what I'm saying. You know.
If I must come in here, I think in this case, I think Mr. Ike has the right to say whatever he need to say, because Mr. Ike was just giving his opinion. John E. just came in. It has not gotten to his turn. Exactly. He didn't ask question. He didn't ask question based on what we are talking. He left the topics and starts asking question. Are you aware? Is Mr. Ike that sent people that went to do the killing, the S-men that killed people in Enugu today? That's a question I would like to ask. So for Mr. Ike to say, I listen to.
Don't if Mr. Ike says, please, everybody.
If Mr. Ike say, I listen to everybody. And again, he's telling us that with his experience, he's not just talking because he wants to talk from social media. He has stayed in Nigeria. He has stayed in He has been involved in this. He has been involved with politicians. So he knows much. That is on that context. That is what he's telling John. Look, in this area, if I'm talking, you don't need to talk to me. Because I think in this area,
okay,
I am talking because I know.
No, the way you put it right now is understandable.
That is the context.
Excuse me, Mr. Elvis, please. Let me say something. This is Breadman. Mr. Ike, it is rude. It is very rude for John to come in and interrupt the flow of thoughts of Mr. Ike. And the interruption was not even in accordance with what he was saying. It was totally different from what he was saying.
Yeah.
How is killing people in Enugu related to the line of thought of the submission of Mr. Ike?
That is why I asked one simple question. Is it Mr. Ike that sent the people that went to do the killing in Enugu today?
And you come and you now come and start disturbing everybody and confusing everybody. I don't like that.
That's true. You are right, Breadman. I agree with you, and my brother Leftist, I agree with you.
There's a reason I asked him that question, though.
No, don't worry, Mr. John. You will talk when it gets to you. Please stop interjecting, because sometimes interjection can make people forget what they wanted to say. It does happen to me so many times. When I'm in the mood of saying something and I'm giving my delivery, you interject me, I'll forget about where I stop. Mr. I, please go ahead, sir. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I think I will join you people on Monday, by the special grace of God. But I will be here listening to. I'll be here listening to what is going on. God bless you all, and a blessed weekend for everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ike. I know that right now your flow of thought has been distracted and have been distorted, but it's okay. It's just okay. Thank you. So we'll just go straight to the next person, because we are going on the second segment. We are doing the video on the second segment, and the first video was on Wike saying that he was sleeping. They go wake him up. Though I did not just say anything concerning that the Wike wahala. Because myself, if me see Wike wahala, me go wrong. I go jump fence. That's why I did not even touch on it at all. I only touched on Reno and attack on press. You see when lion they sleep, rat go they wake up. Who find trouble? So the second segment is this. Let's just get ourselves a refresh. For somebody like John E. and Mr. T that just joined us, the second segment, the first video we play was on Wiki saying that when they sleep, they're going to wake him up. They weren't mentioning his name on several attacks, which he is not aware of. And the security system seems to be quiet. They are not doing their job. Then we'll play the video of the attack on press freedom by the APC campaign teams and APC itself. Then we'll later play the video of Reno, which he was using the good name of Peter Obi to sell his product on social media. These were the three videos we played on this second segment. Then we call on Ike after I have spoken a little. Then now, I think we'll be going straight to supposedly
Alex.
The next person, Alex.
Is Alex. My brother Alex, please talk to us. And once again, before Alex, Mr. Ike, we would like to apologize to you what happened. But trust me, apart from this politics of a thing, whenever you are talking, sir, I just like to listen to you because you are a father to every one of us here. You know, your words are so powerful. So I want you to have it in mind that this might still happen next time because interjections go on all the time on this platform. You know, even when we try to stop people, they still do it. Even Alex that want to talk, so they always interject people. I don't know as I want to take cure for that one. Alex, talk.
Yes, before you continue, Alex, I want to also say very sorry, Mr. Ike, because going by what you are saying and going by your experience, even me here talking, would not even want to argue with your experience and knowledge. Though we have freedom of speech, but we're Africans. We must, one, learn what is called respect, because we're Africans. We must not put that away. That is one. And secondly, sir, this one is on the softer note. To you say you shake President Olusegun Obasanjo. Oga, if you look the screen, look at my hand. You are not looking. You are just ahead.
They look on television. They look on television.
Okay, this hand wey you dey see so, I happen to also don't shake Obasanjo. Among all of us with the panelists, apart from two of us, who don't shake Obasanjo here? No, for real, no, not be for mouth, for real. Apart from two of us now, Mona talk now, who don't shake Obasanjo here for these two experienced men?
Me, I dey
Mona
chop,
talk.
I dey chop with Oga Obasanjo now. I dey follow for my dream. You understand? I dey follow and dey chop.
That dream, we talk of physical, not the
If you
talk of
don't
which.
take Obasanjo, I believe say, although Obasanjo don't fair be president, so the people who want to mention their names are not okay. Like if we talk about Nene and Obasanjo, they're almost the same level. The only thing Obasanjo pass on IBC, he don't fair rule now, right? So what are we talking about?
Okay, you want to tell us you don't shake Anene now?
I not only check them, we don't eat together.
When they talk of president, they talk of
that means
chairman.
Mr. Rajawash, you are a suspect.
No, I'm not a suspect.
Because I nearly joined those who kill this country, and I'm coming for you.
And I've told my story before, except you forgot. Except you
I know. It's on the letter note, though.
Yes. So
Oga Elvis, when they talk of president.
Can I quickly take my time now before we discuss presidential?
You know, not just
presidential antiquity. Yeah, you don't know what we go through here trying to keep up with the.
I know, so you're batching at 10%. Quit up before you.
Of course, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Ike, I hope you have accepted our sincere apologia. It happens. There are always extempore and impromptu outbursts. Sometimes that's why it's a debate. We are all fighting for the same goal, but some people are frustrated. They look for every opportunity to vent their frustrations on people who still have hope in them. I will not blame John E. the way he comes around sometimes. It's not his fault. I don't know him so well. I don't know him at all. Only we talk here. So sometimes I still reflect on why people do things they do or why they act the way they act. A lot of people have lost hope in Nigeria, and you can't blame them for that. So they kind of want to interact or intercept, or interject at any little, campaign of hope for one Nigeria. I, for one, am not a one Nigerian person. The only one Nigerian medicine or amelioration I have now is Mr. Peter Obi. I want the nation to be torn into 6 countries, if it is possible, because of the wickedness or the callousness of leadership. Okay, I want to take you to the Nigerian Constitution, chapter 4, section 39. So, section 1. Every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. I'll stop it there. Gentlemen and ladies, I frown at people who, in the name of godfathers, want to attack the press. You don't attack the press in a democratic terrain or cinematography. You don't do that. So I don't know what the DSS or what the law enforcement are doing about it. A presidential candidate was calling on a TV house to sack or to remove somebody from the screen because the person is being honest, the person is being factual, the person is being pro-Nigerian, because the person is being historical and very charitable with the truth. Because the person is being frustrated by the nonchalantness of leadership. Ahmed Bola Tinubu and his likes should be answering questions. I hope for a leadership, a vibrant leadership. In my submission before, that I hope when Peter Obi comes in, I know he will come in because the international community, almost on a weekly basis, are mounting pressure on Mr. Buhari to ensure a free and fair election, not because they are criminals or they are criminals, of course. They are responsible for one or two things happening in Nigeria to keep Nigeria the way it is. But they are looking at the Syrian episode, the Syrian saga, the massive exodus into European countries in 2015, when the war in Syria that started in 2011 or 2012 escalated We saw 800,000 citizens. The videos are still on YouTube, marching through the nook and cranny of Europe. They came through Turkey and Greece because Turkey and Syria share a boundary. Because of a war situation, of a failed system, because of the Arab Spring fallout, Angela Merkel had to call for emergency amendment of the German constitution. And the European Parliament in Brussels was on fire. That the visa restrictions and boundary laws should be cancelled temporarily because of the massive migration. If Syria could do that, imagine what 250 million Nigerians would do should law break down and things go south. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is no room for error this time around for this administration. They've killed Nigerians, they've destroyed the economy, they've prevented justice, they've armed bandits and terrorists, they've unleashed terror on the citizens, they've borrowed in the name of our third and fourth generations, they've counted monies to the Western world. The only thing the Nigerian public is asking now is a free, fair, transparent elections. So the international body, they know it hit Washington on the Syrian migration into the European Union. If you know what you call Western world, it's a conglomeration of the European Union, America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Everybody was on a standstill. So they've done their calculations. That is why at every given opportunity they meet any Nigerian leaders, especially the president and the vice president. It's all about free, transparent, and fair elections. Because should a war break out in Nigeria, as it's been postulated by different sections of the academia in the Americas and in the European Union, it ought to happen in 2007. Obasanjo avoided it. It ought to even come to pass in 2015. Goodluck said his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian, which made him the first black African candidate or a president who is in power to even yield to defeat. So the war is still looming because all the factors, all the parameters, all the antecedents that gave rise to the 1967 civil war led by Ojukwu are still very visible. The nepotism, the tribalism, the massive corruption, the lopsidedness of appointments. Come on now, one side of the nation feeling they are more Nigerian than the rest. So, and it's still happening. So should anything happen, should it be obvious that the election was rigged, just the way it happened in 1993? This time around, with the advent of social media, Nigeria can stand what is going to happen. NSAS was a testing ground. So I want to also give my take on Buhari. Buhari knows what he's talking about when he said we should try to vote, any party we like, vote anybody we like. I like that comment. He knows. He's not the one talking. And I want Nigerian security forces to make sure they round Buhari up when his tenure is getting over in February, because he has questions to come and answer because of the genocidal issues, the massive killings, the 6 million, AK-47s literally in the streets of the country, no justice, there is no arrest. Let me not deviate. Let me come back to the press freedom as entrenched or postulated in the Nigerian constitution, the fraudulent constitution anyways, that will soon be done away with, because a national confab is going to be the first thing Obi is going to do come next year, in the next few months. Anybody who is threatening press freedom and is not yet a presidential candidate is culpable of treasonable felony, because this election is an election of our lives. We cannot joke with it. We see the hunger in the land. We see the massive migration. We see the massive intentional insecurity. Up to now, a nation with the largest infantry in the whole of Africa cannot bring out the people that killed Deborah, a young girl, a Nigerian girl who was just a student who did nothing. Up to now, we don't know who bombed Kuje prison. We don't know who kidnapped Abuja Kaduna Railway with 6 billion naira ransom paid from those who were victims. And we have a nation who boasts of the DSS, intelligence. Now they are mounting pressure on US, on the European Union to go on to go and arrest one Samuel Ekpa. They are mounting pressure on different countries. So you cannot tell me what is happening internally. You can mount pressure on bodies outside your territories, and you are telling me you don't know what is going on in your country. I say capital rejectamento. The federal government is culpable. Everybody who have said, every senator who have said, I call on Nigerians. I call on you right now. Wherever you are, you know any senator who have said for the past 7 years, from next month, January, don't let them run away from this country. They must give account. They must all serve as accomplices. The killings, the bloodletting, the blood spilling that took place in this nation, nationwide. This President Buhari, the Vice President Osinbajo, the ministers, the Speaker of the Senate, or the rep members, they are all going to be, facing trials, because it is not business as usual. Times are changing. Things are evolving. So this election is an election of our lives. Bola Tinubu should be called into questioning. He should be interrogated. No man is above the law in a democracy. And I believe that things will not continue to be like this. There's a glimpse of hope coming, because the God who has kept us up to now, in spite of what is happening, if what is happening in Nigeria, 3% of it happens in some countries, the country will be burnt. It will be burnt into hatches. You will not know that country anymore. So there's an invisible hand, in the affairs of Nigeria. And that hand is about to give way for the right things to be done, for justice to be served. So for me, I believe freedom of justice, I believe freedom of expression is allowed in a democracy. And APC deserve to be disqualified just now, as people are already campaigning in different quarters. Tinubu should be disqualified. Otherwise, what is his medical status? These are questions Nigerians are asking, and we deserve answers. Gentlemen and ladies, Nigeria is now or never. Thank God for platforms. Thank God for the emergence of social media. We were taught in school that the law, the judiciary, is the hope of is the last hope of the common man. And now we've cracked that theory. We've broken it, and we came out to say the social media has become the last hope of the common man. The Nigerian government now, they don't listen to you anymore in Nigeria. When you come out, they kill you. When you talk, they demolish your house. So the only thing they fear now is the social media. So guys, what we are doing here is far-reaching. Other media platforms who are the same ideology are doing well, and I'm very sure something good is coming. Some nations like Singapore, like Malaysia, like Vietnam, like Cambodia, they were once in Nigeria in the 60s and 70s. Obasanjo recalled in tears a few months ago in London that Singapore came to him in 1977 to take a loan when he was a military president. He said Singapore came cap in hand. Malaysia had to seek permission for them to be allowed into the Midwestern region, present day Edo State, to come and study how to farm palm kernel. Today, they shot themselves, this country, from third world country into the first world countries. So that happened because of leadership. Our leaders are culpable from 1960 to 1999, and from those who are alive and up to now, they deserve to face punishments. If you ask me, they should be tried. Our constitution should be amended or destroyed. A new constitution should be rewritten. And we should have a negotiation whether we want to stay as one nation or we want to stay as regions and have a weak center. Because a confederation is what has been postulated from the 1970s. So the country is a total mess. Shame on everybody who calls themselves or who call themselves leaders in this country, in this social, fraudulent contraction called Nigeria. They failed the country. The youth have run away, men and women, able-bodied men. We are being enslaved by our own people. It's just another modern day slavery. Political leaders enslaving their own people. So guys, the only hope we have, the only shining light at the end of the tunnel, and the tunnel ends is not far away. It's very close. It's Mr. Peter Obi. I believe in him. I believe in his person. He's a responsible family man, and he has proven that over the years. A responsible governor who left money in the treasury of his state when others were busy looting their own monies to the Western world, buying real estate, marrying wives, and they claim that they want to unify the country because they have about 20 wives from 20 regions of the nation. But Peter Obi has proven it. That is a man of character. He did business in the United Kingdom. He has not, he has no stain on his name. He went to school. He has been to a lot of countries, and he has no drug charge. He has no fraudulent charge. He has no court case. He has not been charged even in Asemsa. Come on, he's very visible to the blind. It's audible to the deaf that we do not have anybody else now to look up to. So guys, don't be discouraged. John E., I totally understand you. With people like you, you make me reflect. It's not easy to be dealt a big blow. I don't know what Nigeria has done to you, but it has happened to nearly everybody in one way or the other. I do not blame you in the way you think now. So I cannot tell you what to believe, but I see one who wanted to know that we don't have any other country we can call our own. No matter the passport you are carrying now, home is home, my dear brother. So we should not give up hope. People commit suicide. People do nasty things when they lose hope. So guys, let's keep a little hope, a little thread of hope in Mr. Peter Obi. I'll drop it here, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for your continuous, passionate delivery on this platform. You know, this is what I stand for a better Nigeria. Whatever we are doing here, we are not doing it for money. Nobody paid us to do what we're doing. None of our panelists here we talk to in advance before we come on air. Leftist is here, is a witness. We don't call any panelists to tell them, oh, please come on air with us, and this is what we want you to talk about. Everybody come here for the sake of a better Nigeria. I want to say we are grateful to every one of you for pouring out your heart how it is. Anyhow, like Mr. Alex just said, anyhow anybody express their concern, their plight about the current situation of Nigeria, we shouldn't stone them. Although we can disagree, but we shouldn't stone them. Because everybody are frustrated, including myself. We all were born inside this mess. And we are still in the mess. Very sad. Left is back to you. Thank you.
Yes, even now, we know who they mess again. The thing don't metamorphose to shit. We are in the shit now. Mess be fair good, but now it don't graduate to shit. Otherwise, not be me fair talker. The past America presidency now, what you shit hole. Evil comes in, even at the evil can add just the shit. What would they? Because of leadership problem. Most of the leaders that have been representing us has been disgracing us all over the world, internationally and locally. And this is not acceptable. We got that name during Buhari regime, that African leaders and Nigerian leaders, Nigeria is a shithole country. It was during Buhari regime, this APC regime, now we get shithole name. Because Buhari went there he said we have a dead president. It's not me that said it. The past president of the America, who is not afraid, he say it the way it is. He doesn't care about you. He's just saying it the way it is. This is freedom of press.
Yes, you're right, Leftist. He said he looks lifeless. He said when I shook him, he looked lifeless. Donald Trump.
Guys, we should not forget things easily. This is social media. So I wonder when people come here to talk without not going back to history or where we're coming from. We cannot forget. You cannot forget yesterday. Because yesterday is making your today. Your today is going to make your tomorrow. So guys, let's start making our tomorrow now. And the only way we can do that is bring all these old people, all these mumu, bring them down. Let's start to put intelligent people at the helms of our affair. Not just intelligent, because some people can be very intelligent in stealing. People that are patriotic, people that have clean hands, bring them on board. People that believe in you and believe in themselves, People that want the best for your country, for their own country. This is what we need. Exactly. So if we continue like this, it's going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult. Now we are not good at anything. Football, even oil.
Mr. Alice, sorry, Mr. Leftist, I would like us to quickly reference to this video before we move on to Breadman. You know, all right, let's quickly reference to this video.
Then knowing about the
many of us have seen this video before, but we are referencing to many old videos right now.
Battles of the oligarchy from the Ali must go crisis when we were very young. And then we had different issues with this country and with the leadership of this country. Even when Buhari came into power the first time, when he came to UBTH, when Dr. Scott Mwakwa was rolling an empty trolley to go and meet him, then I was already a medical doctor and I was doing internship in the UBTH. The youths of today do not understand those they are dealing with. They are dealing with old warriors, old oligarchists who know how to fight. One of the things they are going to do is that they are going to use fear and intimidation. They might roll the army out very soon and they will shoot a few youths dead to intimidate others to run into their shells. The next thing they will do is to start arresting people piecemeal by piecemeal. They will target somebody, arrest that person, target another person, arrest another person, and before you know it, fear will start creeping into the system. Then the next thing they do is assassination. Remember Kudirat? They will start eliminating people one after the other. Remember Kokori, Frank Kokori, and the rest that they arrested during the Nupen crisis, during June 12 crisis. They will start eliminating people one after the other, either by assassinating them, by imprisoning them. They will drive them out of the country. Remember Nadeko, they will run into exile. But if you don't give up, some of those oppressing people today are beneficiaries of the struggle of people like Enahoro and the rest others who did not benefit much from the struggle. And so, they will want to fight back. Another system they use is to get hungry young men and individuals who are instruments that suffer from the Stockholm syndrome I told you. Remember Abacha's crisis? There was one young Igbo boy. I can't remember his name, I think it's Kanu, that established one group. They went to Abuja, held conferences, held rallies to support Sani Abacha. But that was a great mistake they made. When they took Ijaw boys from the Niger Delta to Abuja, and they saw the beautiful houses in Abuja that were built with their oil money, they did not know they were provoking a crisis they could not manage. That was how men and other people came up, and then amnesty eventually came. The next thing they will do is that they will start settling some of the leadership. They will corner them, settle them, give them offices and all that. Give them money, give them promises, and then you will see people antagonizing each other. The next one they will do, and they're already doing it, is to play the North-South game. I saw some young men in the North with caps. They say they are youths. They say that they want SAS. They want SAS. I agree with you. It's a democratic setting. You have crisis in the North. But let me tell you, if the army could not defeat Boko Haram, SAS cannot defeat Boko Haram. Let me tell you the truth. Those young men or whoever who came with long caps, they are not the poor of the North. When I recorded here, they were northerners digging ridges for me. The poor of the North have no voice. They don't come on radio. They don't come on television. They can't even speak English. Let me tell you one thing. If you are in the North, they use you to fight your youths in the South. Poverty will not leave the North immediately. Poor education will not leave the North immediately. It is only the children of the rich that will benefit. Let me tell you another thing they will do. I saw some people in Sapele, people from my area, old irresponsible men saying that we want SAS, we want SAS. Maybe they don't have children who drive cars. Maybe they don't have children who have gone to universities. But the point remains, one day intimidation will come to them. If you support a tiger, if you feed a tiger, it will eventually eat you. The other system is that if they don't use the regional card, they will use the religious card. They will say it is Christians that are protesting. They will say it is Southern Christians that are protesting against the North. That is the divide and rule technique. It will not work in this era because in my time there was no social media. There were no hand phones. Today, everything is captured live. Today, the global arena is observing us and they are watching us. I want to suggest that the international community, United States of America, the UK, France, they should be watching. Any oppressor, deny him and his children visa, seize his assets overseas. Don't let them travel to your countries to come and enjoy democracy while they are killing us here. Seize their assets. Let's lock down these criminals of this nation inside this nation with us. We will see who will survive. God bless you. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. The battle is just beginning. God bless you.
Wow. I thought I should bring that video back again so that we can sensitize some of our people out there that they're still a bit skeptical of their own decision. Thank you very much, Breadman. If you're right there, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
The pen is mightier than the sword. That is something written by, I think, an English writer by the name Edward. He says the pen is mightier than the sword. It's only a foolish man that fights the man with the pen. And the man with the pen is the media, is the press man. So Tinubu picked up the wrong fights. And the people around him, people that advises him, fortunately, they don't give him good advice. And this is just the beginning of that fight. But there's one person that loses at the end of the day, and it's the person that is being written about, not the writer. So that's just to conclude my submission on that issue about Tinubu trying to strangle, refine, and indeed the freedom of press of the media in the Nigerian airspace. So Wike and the play going on in River States, well, it's politics. He said if he opens his mouth, when he starts his own, Wike has been saying that he's going to say something, he's going to brag something. I'm still waiting for Wike. Wike has never dropped anything that we don't know. I mean, he gave us a little bit of information, but it's still politics. For me, I see Wike as trying to. Wike does not want to leave PDP. Wike knows that Atiku is going to lose, that is going to go back to Dubai, and PDP is going to disintegrate. And Wike will end up being that pillar who was rejected and became the cornerstone. So good luck to Wike and his fight in River State. And the third video was this last one I just saw right now. Who is that guy, Mr. Naija Watch?
Is a concerned Nigerian who based in Nigeria. His name is Mr. Chas.
And he was making that video under the rain.
Yeah.
You see, these are people who, have conscience. And everything the man said made a lot of sense. And I second to everything he has said. And I hope the international community are paying attention and they see this kind of video to make sure that any of these politicians that deny Nigerians the dividends of democracy would suffer, the consequences of being traitors to their own country. Lastly, let me address Mr. John E. To be honest with you, I'm not happy. I was staying here listening. I was adding to my little knowledge from what Mr. Ike was submitting, and I think it was very, very rude to make him, lose his train of thoughts, especially when, the question that was being asked was unrelated to what he was saying. I think it's very, very, unnice. It was rude. I think you should apologize to Mr. Ike. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother, Jija Breadman. That was brief. I wish everyone can always be like this so that we can move on the time. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now we the next person now, according to what we have here, leftist. Who is the next person? Is it Mr. T or John?
It's Mr. T. After Breadman, because he has long ago removed the ginger. You don't want to treat anybody again.
Okay.
It's Mr. T.
Okay, Mr. T, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Nigeria Watch. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Good evening, Nigeria Watch. Good evening, Mr. Lefties. Everyone on the panelists. Good evening. Everyone in the comment section, wherever you're watching from, listening from. Good evening. Let me first of all rejoice and congratulate with Lionel Messi for being able to lift the World Cup today. I was so happy, so excited for Mercy. It's been long coming. I'm so excited. I wish I can just go to Qatar or go wait for them. I'm in Argentina to celebrate that World Cup, but that was good. Hopefully, Mr. Leftis, you're not offended. Everything in life is still my turn. It's been long coming from for the Messi, so I'm glad it came today, and I'm so excited. Now, going.
Mr.
Yes,
T,
sir.
sorry,
Yes,
why
sir.
did you call my name into this program, into this matter now of World Cup? Do you see me in the field playing football?
I didn't see you play football, but I mean, you were among those people that were going for France. But I'm
Mr.
regardless of
T, Mr. T, I beg
If I,
continue. And you want to make her
his
cry
life
now,
not,
Mr. T. You want
his
him
life
to
not
cry.
take touch and touch. We don't touch. Make
Mr.
somebody
T,
else
you want
touch.
him to cry. Okay, oh, no wahala.
Mr. Elvis, regardless of how you want cry, reach we get a busy way we say we'll put the tears. So, and when we finish, we'll put them on top of your body again. So, but either way, Mr. Elvis, I mean, we respect you saying that touch by touch, out on touch and touch. So, but regardless, I mean, we now our own turn out to touch, and we are happy we are touching. So.
Yes, now when they beat England, they celebrate. So they beat the anyhow today.
What we don't touch, carry, we give you and they happy. Second hand.
Really? I like you. I like you.
No,
I
not
know.
like me. The matter you define, you go see her today.
You say na second one with a touch. The one when I carry, which you na carry him.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Don't let lefties cry for you, big.
So and also thanks to Mr. Alex. Whenever you speak, I mean, you always bring up emotion and emotion in the sense that Nigerians and people like you and I that actually grew up in that country enjoy the educational system, regardless of where you're born or being brought up. See how Nigeria used to be in those days. Good education, good life. Even though we cannot compare to the Western world, but I mean we still have good things. But the likes of Tunumbu, Dino Melaye, Festus Keyamo, Reno, and these other people, Buhari, Obasanjo, whoever it is, these people, the likes of Bajabia Mila, all of these guys in the House of Senate and the House of Rep, literally killed the educational system, the earth system, and just left the common man in trouble. And I think that was the third pattern of Mr. Hike, which I respect so much. Humble elderly men or elderly man always coming here to come sit and then talk about the issue of Nigeria. Regardless of how you think about it, well, anywhere you live in the world, whether you live in Canada, you live in UK, you live in the United States, regardless, your root is Nigeria. That is first your country. That is your first home. And then wherever you now live in, your second home. And I want to appreciate Alice again for just taking us back on the history lane, and then now wrapping up everything to tell us that we have a country to fix. And so if you think about what just one man came out in the past 6 months, and up until now, that one man has been able to change the political landscape of Nigeria without not even becoming not having been the president now. Which we pray God that such a man can get there come next year. Just one man that was only a governor of a state that governed the state for 8 years, and they've been everywhere, search everywhere, look for everything to cooperate to bring this man into interrogation or investigation, and nothing has been found against this man. Now, that man came out with integrity, with character, with sincerity, and everybody is now on their toes. That means the likes of Tunumbu, the likes of Bajabiamila, the likes of Deli Alake, that wants to silence the media, knows that what they are doing is wrong. What they are doing is wrong. But one thing is, like you said, Mr. Leftist, they are only fighting a war they cannot win. Because you cannot fight against the media and win. There's no way you can do that. You cannot fight against the media and win the media. That cannot happen. But the only painful thing is that people like Deli Alake, we are the ones that we are actually fighting for independent press. But how has it come to a point where you've that fought for independent press is now looking for a way to silence the common man, to silence someone like Rufai Oseni, the likes of Ruben Abati? But that's not going to happen. But the only thing that one of the greatest tools that we have now as Nigerians is social media. Already Tinubu tells us that he's afraid of social media. And that's one thing that we can use against these people. Why? The country is suffering. People are dying. People are dying every day. How can you take a man's life because of politics? We saw that just some few days ago. Mr. Elvis shows us that one of the Labour Party candidates shot down in his own house, and the house being burned down. Why? Because people's conscience, their mind is being sold. You just show us the video of Dino Melaye. How many Nigerians, youthful Nigerians have that same privilege that Dino have? I mean, we saw the picture of Dino drinking Gary, and then with his microwave on his fridge. That's a safe room apartment there. But this guy lives in a mansion now. The number of wristwatches that Dino has, you and I may not even have up to that, because they stole from the government the money that belongs to you and I. That's our money. That's our sweat. These things belong to all Nigerians. And so I employ every Nigerians out there, regardless of who you are, either a Yoruba man, Igbo man, Hausa man. Please, let's make the right choice. And if Buhari is coming out to tell you that you can just go and vote whoever you choose to vote for, he himself knows that Tinubu is not capable to become the president. He knows it. He knows it. They know it. And we're not against Tinubu. We're only saying that Tinubu, age is no more there for you. You don't have that age anymore on your side. The intelligence is no more there. They have to carry you to be on the podium during campaign. Is that who Nigerians want as government? Look at what happened to South Sudan presidents. Somebody standing in public and then pee on himself. He himself was embarrassed. So is that what we want to fight for? Is that what we're crying for? Please, Nigerians, let's do the right thing. Get your PVC and go out there and make the right choice. People are dying. People are suffering. Mass killings everywhere. I mean, Mr. John E. just told us of the one that happened in Enugu again today. How many more would they kill before Nigeria get better? This is the right. And how much does your PVC worth, people? that you have to sell your PVC for 2,000 naira? Would that solve your problem? Would that fix Nigeria? If you're selling your PVC for just 2,000 naira, that is less than $1. Less than $1 that you are selling your PVC for. Would that save you? Would that 2,000 naira feed you for the next 4 years? And if you go back to those people, they tell you, you've already sold your PVC to us, so we don't have anything to give to you. We gave you your money some years ago. Make the right choice, people. People are dying, people are suffering. The country needs to be fixed. And you have a right candidate now that has come out with character, integrity, and competence. They've been everywhere. They've searched. They could not find anything against this man. So Nigeria, make the right choice, please, people.
Thank you.
Listen to Alice and yet the history. Make the right choice. And for Dele Alaki and the likes of them, stop bamboozling people. Stop bullying people. Stop it, people. Stop it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. T, for your submission right there. We'll quickly move on now to Mr. John. John, is your turn right now. Please talk to us.
All right. Thank you. You know, when they say that we have misguided youth, it's because the elders have failed to provide direction. When they say that we have weak youth, it's because we have weak elders. When they say we have hungry youth, it's because the elders have failed to provide food. So when you're dealing with disrespectful youth, please realize it's because you have elders that are not deserving of respect. You know, the quote unquote African elders have failed. They have failed. So all of this nonsense about we are Africans and we need to respect.
John E.
Don't interrupt me. I'm speaking. So
John E.
Excuse me.
You have no right to tell me not to interrupt you, John E.
Leftist, don't interrupt me. I'm speaking.
Now I am speaking. Speak. Talk now. That's why I say you have no right to tell me not to interrupt you. As far as this program is concerned, you are a guest. And you must take directions and you must listen. You must listen. This is not anybody's parlor. It's a place where we all come together to join one voice. So we have no right to be insulting ourselves. Now, you have the right to talk. No problem. But now, you just said something and everybody said, not right. And you are coming up to say, the man we are talking about, because he's an elder, he has failed. If elders has failed, the elders has failed. Is it Mr. Ike that has failed? And is it all the elders that has failed? The last time I checked, I know so many elders that didn't fail, but they were not having the opportunity. They were not given the chance. They were oppressed. And when we say lazy youth, is it all the youths that are lazy? So, John E., please mind your tongue. Buhari said this, Nigeria youth are lazy. Is it true that all Nigeria youth are lazy? So if you want to talk on the topic and don't insult nobody, because I will not allow that. I'm very sorry. You cannot come here and be saying Africa elders. You are talking, okay, make her calm down, because I am an Africa elder to you. You are insulting me. Me na elder for where you dey. I swear. So I will not be here listening to that. And that's the truth. You can come back and talk on the topic direct.
I didn't call Mr. Ike's name. And as I was saying, the elders of Africa have failed. Now, and if you agree that we have elders, I'm not saying that all elders have failed, but the majority of them have failed. How have they failed? They have failed because they are weak people living on glory's past. They're talking about a country that they failed to fix. They're talking about a society that they could not build. So any elder that's sitting here saying that young people or young people younger than them shouldn't speak, they should realize that certain youth, especially the one that is talking to you now, has outpaced them in every measure measurable, including contribution to your community, including any other index that you can imagine. So if you think you've paid for some chieftains and some
you see all this kind of nonsense talk, one way, like with due respect, Mr. Elvis, I don't like this kind of talk. Okay, John E.
Excuse me. I'm not pointing to anyone specifically.
No, you did. I'm not. See, let me tell you.
Very insulting.
You can just be quiet.
You did. You said somebody will not sit down here. You said somebody will not sit down here
Redman,
and tell you not to talk to them.
Redman, you can stop.
Come on.
You are saying you're also telling you have done more. You have
done
I don't know
more.
how much you have.
Okay,
come on.
That makes you think you have done more.
When you finish talking, I will continue. Now I will continue. So at the end of the day, respect is something that is earned. Our elders have not earned their respect.
Johnny, the last time I checked on this program, while Mr. Ike was talking, it wasn't your turn.
Mr. Ike.
You are the one referring
to Mr. Ike.
While Mr. Ike was talking, it wasn't your turn. One, you just came from nowhere to ask Mr. Ike a question that is outside the broadcast.
Yes, I asked him for a reason, but he took it in
and that question was like an insult to him.
Well, he decided to be insulted. I didn't mean it as an insult. I was asking him a question for a different reason, but he took it as an insult, and now that is over. So I will continue.
Joe E, we will not allow such confrontation here.
I'm not confronting anybody, leftist. You can pretend like I'm confronting people, but you can just stop talking and let me continue saying what I'm saying. I'm not confronting anybody. It's you that is creating a fake confrontation. If you want to create
your language is direct, not indirect.
I'm not directing my language at anyone other than African elders who have obviously failed us. So
I made mention of that. Okay, and I think that shouldn't be your problem. And that is Africa for you. You cannot change it, sir.
My problem will be the elders that have failed us and who have failed to create a playing field that we can compete, where we can compete with our counterparts in Europe and Asia. So I will call them out directly when they want to come and say that the youth are this or the youth are that. African elders have failed us, and that's simply that. When it gets onto the press, and if you want to see that as disrespectful, you can. I'm not referencing Mr. Ike.
That means your parents have failed. That means your parents have failed you. Your parents are failures.
Listen.
Yes, it's correct. If you say African elders, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grand has failed.
If my parents fall into the category of African elders, which they do, when it comes to building a society in Africa, their generation has failed. You think that's going to pain me? What you should do is listen, leftists, because if you are above the age of 50, you also have failed. Excuse me. So the next thing that I'll say, as I'll continue to, because I don't know whether you think,
John E, let me quickly direct this to you.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to let you know that no matter what, I don't know how much you've got. You cannot say have failed.
I'm not saying
it's you. It's you. I will say have failed. I have paid my price.
Okay, yes, and I have cut my teeth.
You have failed. Now you are not ready to learn. You are just trying to be sarcastic.
I'm not trying.
And you are just trying to be very sarcastic and very rude.
Leftist. Why would I waste my time being sarcastic with you? I'm telling you, African elders have failed. I'm not mincing my words with you. I'm telling you, African elders have failed. Now, whether you want to agree with me or don't want to agree with me, that's fine.
Mr. Leftist, I cannot take this. This man has no right to disrespect anybody on the platform. If you're a child that don't know how to behave, go and sit somewhere. You cannot come on this platform and disrespect people to their faces. You have a father at home. Are you saying your father failed? Are you saying, look, pay attention to what you're saying, Mr. John E. What kind of nonsense is that? If you don't want to participate in what it means to be an African, then do not come on the platform. How can you people listen to your rubbish? First of all, you were rude to Mr. Ike. Very disrespectful to that man. That is a shame on you, Mr. John E. You should respect, you should apologize to him. And if you do not have the courtesy to apologize to him, do not come back to this platform. We respect elders here. If you cannot take it, I'm not going to finish talking because I'm not going to allow you continue to be rude to people on this platform.
Yes, Connor, please give me a minute. Before we move on right now, John E, I want you to apologize to Mr. Ike.
What am I apologizing for exactly?
You've disrespected him, and I don't want to argue about it. Please, I don't want to talk about. I'm telling you, and everybody's telling you, just apologize to him. That's
You
all.
want me to say sorry, even though I don't mean I'm sorry, because I don't see how I
I don't care if you mean
Okay,
it.
I'm
Just
sorry.
say apologize.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't want Mr. John E. I have 30 seconds with you.
You
I don't
said
want to
to
argue with you.
apologize, and I'm apologizing. I'm saying I'm sorry. That's what you wanted me to say. I'm saying I'm sorry.
And you must also apologize to African elders, which I fall into too.
Okay, Tinubu and Atiku and all the other old people in Africa who have screwed up the lives of all of Africa, I apologize to you. Now, are you happy?
We are not saying apologize to
Unacceptable.
Mr. Elvis, Mr. Elvis, why does this guy come here and think that he's smarter than us?
Hold on.
We're going to wait from Mr.
Hold on.
Omokri. Very long time we've not heard from you.
Hold
Mr.
on.
Omokri.
No. Hold on. Tell Mr. Omokri to wait, please.
Yes, this is very important. Mr. Mori, you've not heard from him for a very long time. I'm happy to hear from you. Please talk to us.
Sir, my brother left is a pleasure, hearing from you and contributing my own little quotes once again. If you take charge of this situation, I'm actually preparing to, I'm trying to get some, take a nap before I go to work. But then you cannot allow people to come here. No, maybe you are in charge. You are the referee of this match. If you are in the referee, once you blow your whistle, everybody must obey. The idea of allowing the ball here to come and, exhibit their youthful exuberance or trying to be more Catholic than the Pope, trying to lord it over everybody should not be allowed. This is a public forum, and no matter who he is, this guy has never been like this. I don't know what you guys are keeping this guy for. Let me tell you one thing. These are the problems. These are the people that cause the problem of Nigeria. I don't want to go. I don't want to go the route that will cause confusion in this forum. There's certain people we have certain people in Nigeria that feel they are holier than everybody. They see their own religion as an assembly of angels, while others are criminals. Others can go to places they don't care. And they are the troublemakers of Nigeria. If you go back to the first military coup in Nigeria, they were instrumental. If you go back to Nigeria's Civil War, 1967, 1970, they were instrumental. Was there a reason for the war? Were there injustice in the land? Yes, they were. Were there maltreatment of certain regions? Yes. Was the war necessary? Or could the war have been avoided? Of course, it could have been avoided. No. Now, they have the brightest opportunity to project one of their own. Other regions are clamoring for this gentleman. From what we can see, between Tinubu and Atiku, the notorious criminals, this guy might not be an angel, he might not be perfect, but he's better off. An opportunity is knocking at their door right now. Instead of coming together to support this gentleman, they are busy recruiting some young men, buying cars for them.
His line is not very pleasing, but that's all. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear you, but it's like it's having network problem.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Mori, your network is gagging.
We can't hear him lefties.
We can't. Yeah, your network is bad now, but it seems to be better now.
Yeah, I wish I could answer the program. I'll be resuming work in the next 25 minutes. Unfortunate. If I have time, I will come and address this John E. He's biting more than he can chew. And you allow him to chew more than he can swallow. Place the way beyond. And it's not even on this program. It's causing confusion here. It's causing nuisance. They don't know what they want. If they cannot support
Mr. Niger,
If they cannot live in Nigeria, let them go and live in more Pluto or wherever they want to live. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr.
All right,
Mori.
Mr. John E. I was with you the other time.
Yes.
And this is the last time.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Please hold on, Mr. John E. Don't interrupt me. Just follow the instruction, please. Apologize once again. This is the last time.
How many times do you want me to say sorry? How many times do you want me to say sorry?
Mr. Ike.
How many times do you want me to say sorry to
No,
Mr.
your
Ike?
apology unaccepted.
I'm
you
apologizing.
If you want me to apologize, I will. That means it's not coming from you. Apologize.
Then allow me to say what I want to say then.
Then go ahead, apologize to him before you continue.
First, allow me to say what I want to say.
John E.,
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Not okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
John E., I want to let you know.
This guy is a joke, man.
Excuse me.
You're a very patient man.
Interrupting me. Everyone who's interrupting me.
You know why I'm being patient. John E., please, hold on. This is your last time of any kind of disrespectfulness on this platform. We don't take this here.
Okay.
People have previously accused us here that we are rude and, you know, we take people out here and there. I don't want to do these things to you. Please don't disrespect any elderly person here. You can see Mr. Ike here. I believe he's old enough to be your father.
He's not. Naija, watch. If a child is hungry, can you blame the child? You blame the parent because the parent failed to feed him. If a child is,
so how is Mr. Ike your problem?
I'm not. Did I call Mr. Ike, or was that leftist that told me that I'm talking to Mr. Ike? I rewind the tape. Did I say Mr. Ike? Did I say Ike? I didn't say Ike. You can't put words.
Let me tell you, I'm smarter than you because you can't come here and speak in riddles and think that we cannot join 1 + 1.
Whether it's riddles or similes or metaphors, my friend, let me finish speaking. When a child is hungry, you will not blame the child. You will blame the parent. If a child hurts themselves, you will still blame that parent. What I'm saying and what I will continue to say, and what you have been saying this entire time that you've had Naija watch, is that African elders have failed us. Now, if you want to attribute that African elders to Ike, because I was talking about Enugu with Ike, that's your own fault. You're not going to come put words in my mouth.
Listen,
that's not true. That is not true, Mr. John E.
John E., you can use the word some. Some, don't generalize.
Don't generalize, personally, right now, I think I really don't like doing this. I've never.
Can you look at this? Can you look at the screen? Can you look at the screen? Can you look at the screen? Everybody cannot be telling you that you insulted him and you think that, are we fools? What kind of nonsense?
You look through the comments. People are calling in. This is not
arguing. Are you telling us that you know better than everybody that is talking right now?
Can you read through all the comments and just listen to yourself at all? Can you see your argument?
I understand a lot of us are frustrated, but you cannot disrespect our elders. Not on my platform, maybe from another platform.
Mr. Elvis, this is not frustration. This is not frustration. John E. does not live in Africa. He has not suffered. He's a big boy, has too much money. He's richer than all of us. He has achieved. But all I'm saying is,
not me.
All these are personal. He should leave all this in his house because he's not feeding nobody here. We are here to discuss issues affecting our country, and that's why we are all here. And if you are here, you talk about issues that matters. If you have any question you want to ask, it shouldn't be an attack on anybody. Probably because the person is saying what you don't like, or the person is against your belief. No, if you have a sensible question, you can ask. It's like a debate. Then there are a lot of people listening. Somebody else may be able to answer you. But for only you and everybody tell you what you are doing is wrong and you are trying to be clever, you can't be clever now.
The truth of the matter is this. If he was not generalizing, I don't have any problem with that because I can testify to that some African elders have failed us. But for you to say African elders, you are generalizing.
Even involve me when I say I be elder. He say even include you leftists.
Not all. You can't be rude when everybody's trying to correct you. You are claiming that you know better than everyone. That is wrong. It's unacceptable.
They killed how many people in Enugu today? Any of us that sent Hesme go kill them? Now let Enugu Hesme don't kill people.
When we are talking, we need to listen to ourselves. If you say so, I'm not sure you are going to have
don't kill people. Hesme they kill people for north. Hesme are killing people in the west. That's why Igboho came in. Hesme kill a lot of people in Benin. Hesme are killing people all over the world.
Please,
then how does that one affect one person now here?
Please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Sorry to quickly come in. I
I want to really apologize to all of us if
Naija watch, John E say you are a lame. He say you are a lame guy. That's what he said. Now look at the comment section. He say you are lame. That's what he said to tell you.
okay, that's the comment side. Where did I say he's lame? Okay. Let us quickly go to the issue. I think there is an issue here if we want to actually know what is going on. John E has his point actually. I think from what he say, if we take it step by step, the interpretation and concept of what he's saying is very correct. So I'm sorry to say this actually. I might be accepted to be among this same group of people that have actually failed Africa. It has been right from generation to generation, even from the time of colonization, slave trade, and all that. African leaders have always failed Africans. That's the truth. And if we have to take it from the true concept of belief, it is actually what is going on. It is pity to accept. It is very hard to see the truth, and because it affects our feelings, we emotionally reject it. But the actual truth is that he lacked the approach. He doesn't have the approach. That is why we need to guide him. He needs to be guided. But unfortunately, he's not listening. I wish
Okay,
he's the listening type.
let me come to you, sir. Let me come to you. I'm sorry that I have to come to you, because if we think we are all here not educated or we don't analyze languages, you're wrong. You're very wrong, sir. The topic of today, we just concluded and we're talking on it. And Mr. Ike kept talking. He came and personally started telling Mr. Ike that if he's aware that Hesme killed people in Enugu.
I've been listening to everything.
Sir, hold on. If you are listening, hold on. We must look for the genesis and use the context to judge. You don't just tell us you want to now take it out of here and put it on the major content. We are talking about content here, and that's why a lot of people speak English. Look, let me finish, sir. That is why a lot of people. No, I will not allow you finish, because where you are going to is not what we are talking about. Where you are going to is not what we are talking about.
Let him speak. Let's hear from him, please.
No, sir.
Let's hear from him.
Why I interjected? Why I interjected?
Yeah. It's all right.
We all know that most of the Africa political leaders.
From him, leftists. You have been talking.
No, my body is hot now. My body is hot now.
You just wait. Everybody have been listening to you since. Let's hear from the panelists. Go ahead, sir. Okay, so the fact is that it doesn't listen when you are in the midst of people. You don't believe that what you acquire, what you know, is the best. No man is an island. Every single person have a contribution, and they have their own ideas. So we are here to learn from one another. We are here to join issues together, and the aim and objective of each and every one of us is directed towards one goal. So the ability for us to put our heads together and work as a team will make us create that goal that we want to create. So what I'm trying to aim at is that he is not listening. He used the wrong words. They are talking to him. He's not listening, probably because of how he felt, just as Mr. Alex said before, that he knows his feeling. A lot of people have been frustrated, and they carry that frustration to the public media or the public domain to interpret their personal ideas and use it to, create abnormalities. So I understand how everything came out. He would have just apologized, as we said initially, because this issue would have got into this stage if he had apologized initially. Why they said he should apologize to somebody interrupted. I know when we talked to Mr. Ike, we spoke to Mr. Ike, we apologized to him. He accepted it peacefully, and that is maturity. And that is what I want us to put into consideration, and it should be every one of us. You know, we should try and understand ourselves. And this guy is a bit rude. And when somebody is rude like that, we should try and correct him. And if he's not listening, instead of us wasting time to discuss this issue, we'll just put him out first. This thing will be here for a very long time. He's getting to up to 2-3 years now. So don't put him out.
Prince Collins, the reason why you see that I'm patient, you know me now. My body is very hot as well. You know the reason why I'm being patient, because I don't want to be accused of being
too rude.
Being too rude, or I'm a dictator. Like, because we have 1 or 2 lunatics that we've thrown out of this platform in the past. That's the words they use on us. So it's better, I know. You know, he continue to display his character like this. If it comes to the day we take a final action on him, then I'm not going to be blamed. That's why I'm doing this. Right. The platform is here for everyone. I'm not here to discriminate one against the other. But when you come here to disrespect any of the panelists or the commenter, the callers, then, you know, you should be thrown out. So that's it. If John E. cannot come back to apologize straight away to Mr. Ike and stop interjection, it's not going to be on the screen for today.
Sir, so, I don't think it's about apology, sir. I'm sorry. He has apologized. He has apologized to Mr. Ike. He has apologized. But he continued to use an insultive and indirect words to attack. Sorry, we have a caller. I believe it's on this matter. We must listen to people.
Aggressive words. He's always using aggressive words. That is it.
Hello, please talk to us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, and talk to us. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and talk to us.
Yeah, it's Big Wee. I'm calling from the UK.
Who?
It's Big Wee. I'm calling from the UK.
Okay, Big Wheel. I didn't really get it.
Big Wee.
Big Wheel, okay. Go ahead.
I've been listening to this program for roughly more than an hour, and I just want to contribute to what is happening at the moment. I believe you can hear me.
We can hear you. Everybody's listening to you.
You know, Elvis is talking about trying not to be rude and all that. In a platform like this, Mr. Elvis, if you are having just 5 people who is making things easier for you and who is not making anybody that's listening to the program having a kind of, if you can watch your comment section, a few people has already left. So everyone is upset. Anybody who cannot come here to control himself, anyone that cannot come in to respect his or herself, has no reason to be on this platform. In case you don't get my name right, it's Big Wee. I'm always on your program.
Okay,
if I'm on live, I will just be behind listening to your program. I just want everybody on this platform, we want the best for our nation, Nigeria. We are all clamoring for Peter Obi to come in. Anyone that come here to cause any kind of problem, they are not with Peter Obi. They are just come here to distract, to cause problem. That is what it is. If, for example, I was listening to Mr. Ike, he was making a very good point. Making sense, let me put it that way. But if you see the way this man, I don't want to call his name, I don't know him, I don't even want to know him. He has been so rude. I've been listening to him. This is not the first time. It's not the second time. The way he was just attacking him. Nobody can attack my own father like that. I'll punch him on his face. This was so rude. I'm telling you, it was so rude. And if you can see, he's still right there, sitting down, listening to everyone. These are the people who really want to fight for their country, Nigeria. Anyone that comes here to cause problem is either they are clamoring for division of the country, which is Brafa, or they are against Peter Obi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Your last statement, that's what it stands for, and that's painful. You know,
Elvis, sorry, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I just want us to know that none of us here has failed. Neither did our parents fail. And we know the people that have failed us. And those people that have failed us that we are fighting, and we decided, we said no, enough is enough. So age is a blessing. So leftists, you are blessed. All of us that are aged, I just said, yeah, last Monday was my 68th birthday. So I am blessed to be alive. There are so many people, some of my classmates, some of the people from my village that we are born in the same age. They are no more alive. And I am still living. So we are blessed, my brothers and sisters. Let not Mr. John distract us. Because like Lefty rightly said, he does not feed anybody. Like, he doesn't know who I am. I don't know who he is. But I have not failed because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know my children, my grandchildren. So I don't think I failed. But he felt that everybody here has failed. No matter whatever you have, no matter whatever you feel you are in this life, there is only one thing that is waiting for everybody: 6 feet. With all the whole money Abiola had, with all the whole money Aton Zeribe had, with all the whole money so many rich men in the world has had, where are they? They have gone. They don't know where all those things are. Even their family that they left it, that some of them are still fighting in court for their parents or their uncles' wealth. Some of them are killing themselves because of material things, which all of us is going to leave someday and go. So God has ordained this platform for a reason and for a purpose. No matter whatever goes on here, for Brother Elvis and lefties, I want to encourage you to hold your peace. You have a vision, you have a mission, you know why we are here. Everyone that comes here know why we are here, and we're doing what we can do to achieve why we are here. We all will do what we need to do. The rest is in the hand of God. So I just want us to know that no man is an island, and no man can live alone. Because if you say you don't need your brother or your sister, if you die, you will not bury yourself. Somebody will bury you. And if you are not buried, you will smell and cause disease to people. So God did not make mistake to create families. And from family, you create friends. From friends, you create a town, you create community, you create neighborhoods. For the reason it is, be your brother's keeper. So I want to thank you for your strength and for your courage and for your patience and perseverance to most of the things that happens here. Why I kept quiet was 2 people cannot be mad at the same time, because
thank you, sir.
It is not a madman is not ashamed of himself, but it's his family. So I thank you, and I pray that everyone that has contributed. I want to thank Sister Omoye's Corner for her, for her bravery. Let us continue not to be distracted for the reason and purpose we are here. We will do our best, and the rest remains with God. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Please, like I said before, I understand many of you are very, very upset because we didn't take the expected decision. But you must know that our goal is to fight these satanic politicians. If I have to ban this, somebody that is not useful to you today can be useful to you tomorrow. Please let everybody calm down. I understand sometimes we have this kind of distractions here on this channel, but our aims and objectives are for Peter Obi. Obviously, we are going to get distraction. We should have that in mind. We have people that don't like the fact that we are for Peter Obi, but we shouldn't be distracted. Thank you very much. I wouldn't want to say much. I'd just like us to move on to the next person and hear from more people. We have Omoye's Corner here. Omoye's Corner, please talk to us. Good evening to you, madam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone on the panel. Mr. Ike, thank you very much, sir, for your with your wise words. I've listened to you a number of times, and You always, give such encouraging and wise instructions to all of us. So for those of us who listen to you and appreciate what you bring, I just want to apologize on behalf of my naughty brother, Mr. John E. Yes. And just, thank you for taking it the way you did. Now, and I'm going to hammer on him first before I proceed, please. John E., I respect him. I really do. I respect his perspective. Yes, he has a very, very abrasive way of coming across. He does not know how to approach elders. I don't know, if you grew up in the village, I don't know, but, you have to learn to respect people, especially if they're older than you. They failed. Some elders failed doesn't mean everybody has failed. So you cannot use the same, you cannot paint everybody with the same painting brush and just assume because you're looking at an elder, they have failed. And you interjected Mr. Ike. That was rude. You come across very rude and condescending and arrogant, Mr. John E. Let me even remove the Mr. I don't know why they call you Mr. John E. You come across very rude and condescending. Do you even listen to yourself sometimes? And then you always go, you use play on words to attack people. I'm sorry, who's that?
He's a breadman. You should understand that from Mr. John E's accent, he probably spent his youthful age and growing up in America. And most of them here, respect is not in their curriculum. So I can really understand it.
He has to learn it. He's come home now.
Even the way he was speaking.
Excuse me.
You all heard him.
And I don't watch. You see, well, okay, so Omoye and Breadman are talking about me, saying things that are false, and I'm supposed to.
They're not false. You have to listen, John E. You have to listen. I'm not going to let you talk, John E. I will not let you talk because I'm very angry at you this afternoon. Whatever date is your end.
Omoye's corner. I'm sorry. This is my program today, and I think I have the right to do what I think I have to do. Presently, right now, is my mind setting today. I don't think I need John E in this program today anymore. For today, it's just too much. I won't take it. I
agree. I agree, Mr. Leftist. I agree with you. You have every right to, because it was so unnecessary. Do you know how many people were offended by you? Sometimes you have to listen to people.
Cannot make us lose 10 people. Why?
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Sometimes you got to listen and learn. You are not the arbiter of knowledge, John. You're not. You don't know it all. You can never know it all. You come across as very condescending. You come across as though you know it all. You have all the answers. You use play on words. You try to speak English and try to turn it around and make people feel like they're stupid. And we know what you're doing. Just in case you don't think we do. We know. You need to stop it and grow up. You have if you have all the money in the world, you're not paying anybody's bills. You're not paying anybody's bills. So when you come on this platform, behave yourself. We're not going to take disrespect for elders for a year. We will not take it. I don't care where you grew up. Go and learn. If you don't know, go learn. Google is your friend. I beg. You see this matter, eh? I not believe what Buhari talk. I do not believe a word that comes out of that man's mouth. It is good he's saying it and putting the words out there. My concern, the only thing when I stand on for this platform and everywhere I go to, is Peter the Rock Obi must be voted in voraciously. We don't need any distraction. Anytime when John come, if they cause distraction, remove him. He don't need to talk. Let him go to another platform that will listen to him, condescend and talk to people anyhow. When he reach to burn 10 of you, I beg. So Peter the Rock Obi, what is the strategy on ground? What are we doing? How far? What did they happen? What did they play? How we want to enter the area, collect all the votes from everybody? Now that's what I'm about. How are we going to deliver the win to Mr. Peter the Rock Obi and Ahmed Dati? We get plenty work to do. We need the energy. If you know so much, John E., I don't tell you before, you know so much, your knowledge go dey helpful to us. You don't agree. You stand on Biafra, we no follow you drag. You still come here, you can't do anyhow with the looking. We refuse on this one. So I beg, let's focus on how we're going to get Peter the Rock Obi the win. Now that one I consign me. What else are we doing? What do we need to be doing? The people that are supposed to be collecting PVC, they have till January 22nd to collect. What are they waiting? Have they everybody collected? All the ones that were discovered, have they been disbursed to the rightful owners? That's all I care about. Anybody who not let respect for us, they go teach them for our side. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much, Amoyeskona.
Yes, Amoyeskona, thank you very much. And okay, now we've lost. Okay, we still have
we have Philip King.
Philip King, that's exactly the person I was to call. He's still
Philip
here.
King.
Philip King,
Thank
please
you for
talk to
your
us.
patience. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I really want to thank you. This is my first time of coming.
Oh, first time on this platform, right?
Yeah. Yes, my first time, actually.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Then
I've been
for
following
now for saying say you are welcome in the name of the Lord.
No. You are really welcome. You are very, very welcome. Where are you joining us from, sir?
Yeah, I'm from Germany. I'm joining you from Germany.
Germany.
Yeah,
Germany.
I've been following Nigeria Watch for a very long time, for many years now.
Oh wow.
And I'm really privileged to be here, honestly.
Because how is Germany? How is Germany?
Yeah, we are very cool to hear now. We are very cool. We are minus 16 degrees.
How is the bread in Germany? 16. The bread.
The bread, Germany's bread, of course, yes.
Lefties are
the Germans, they like bread. But we are Africans now, we don't like bread.
Said they are minus 16. You didn't hear that they are minus 16.
Minus 16, Jesus.
Yeah. It's very
okay, I think keep the bread. Go ahead.
So I really want to thank every one of you, honestly, most especially Nigeria Watch and your team for the good work you are doing. You are really educating us. You are really bringing us to giving us the right information we need to know and how we can be able to save our continent, Africa, So I really appreciate you and I commend you for that. And for my people here, everybody, you guys are really wonderful because you are really making a very meaningful and contribution in regard to the development of Africa, which is our mother's land. I also thank the team for your observation. We human beings, we are born to make mistakes, but we should understand that we are Africans. As Africa, we respect our fathers. For the fathers, some of our leaders have failed us, don't mean our fathers have failed us. Because those in power, those that were head in authority, were those ones who have the resources of the country that are supposed to set Africa in the right direction that has failed us. I cannot say my father failed me, never, because it is the resources he has in his time, in his disposal, that he could be able to use. So that is why. So when people say our father has failed, Africa failed, what about the youth of today? We have a lot of youth today. They are still clamoring for Atiku and Buhari. They are ready to die. They are ready to do anything for them. These are the same youths. But in 50 years later, they will become father, right? So then what would they now say? So what I'm really saying that we cannot be here insulting our parents, insulting our leaders. We are Africans. What makes us unique is our culture and traditions. Even when the Europeans, when they came to Africa, we already have tradition. We have all these things. They are calling this is law, this is law. We already have it as our traditions. So me, I don't really buy the ideas. And I really, really thank everyone here for really giving me the privilege to talk. I have been listening to the program for a very long time. So if it's going to take me 2 hours, 3 hours to listen to the conversation, which I'm enjoying, of course, I will. So I really thank every one of you. And that's my submission. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
all right, thank you very much.
Bless you. We appreciate you. We want you to join us more often so that we can hear your voice. We all are learning from each other's here. Thank you very much. All right, we have Mr. Panzer with us.
We have Panzer. Has Prince Collins talk?
Prince College, don't talk.
The small contribution why I make, and that will be my talk.
I bet Mr. College don't talk already. Don't talk.
What did I talk? What did I talk?
You shoot yourself, or you go to support Tinubu now. Then Tinubu
they support your ECs.
Okay, now.
I don't hear. Wait. Let it.
Like you go to support Tinubu now. Tinubu join.
Who be Tinubu? Okay. Let it. I get cough. I beg. I don't want my cough come out.
All right, talk to us, Prince Collins. Talk to us.
Okay. Actually, Bini say, Bonabo, I see a Kebbi. John E, we are not against you in any way. We are trying to do our best and learn from every other person. But when we are learning, we should try and be guided by principles. Most especially at this time, we need to be guided by Africa principles. You know what we are losing right now in Africa? We have refused to accept the fact that we are Africans, just as the Indians, Asia know that they are Asia. The Americans, they knew that they are Americans. The Europe, they know that they are Europeans. So when they practice their democracy, they tend to incorporate their culture and tradition as a way of innovation and modification of their democratic principles. And that is what we are lacking in Africa. That is why we are still lingering where we are today, that we cannot move forward. So, Johnny, I want you to understand that if we are talking about Africa as a nation and in line with democratic principles, we must not forget to incorporate that culture and tradition, which is very, very important. If you go to Asia now, or like I think the best person for us to use now is CEO, my brother Edigi. When you are coming down from Dubai, I know you go to Dubai all the time because it's through your video at times I see some beautiful places where you look from a hotel outside Dubai. It's like heaven is already there. It's like maybe that is heaven. Somewhere else is hell. So when you are coming down from the flight, you see that the roof you see, it reflects to you that this environment is Asia continent. If you are coming down in China, for instance, the roof will tell you that this is continent of China. If you are coming down from Japan, the environment, as you look from the flight, when the aircraft is going to land, you see that cultural heritage presentation. Am I lying? Then you not talk about when you come down to Europe, if you are coming down from certain countries, what you see is that presentation, that culture. You see it as it radiates everywhere. Then when you come down, you see the presentation. And that is what we want Africa to be. That's why we are missing it. We should not forget where we are coming from, and we should not forget our roots. And when we don't forget that, we'll be able to get it right. So we cannot say that our elders have failed us. We know that our leaders are elders. They don't want to leave. They started from youth and they are still there. But those that have failed us are those in power, those that have been in power. They get the power and they don't know how to use it. Those are the people that have actually failed us. So I would say that what you were showing to us, that memory, that wise guy that was speaking to us, that talked about military and their manipulation and all that, we should not have fear. That what he showed us is very correct. And there are memories that are prudent and wise things to learn from that memory because it's in the past. But right now we are practicing democracy. We shouldn't be afraid to speak this time around because the one of the main thing that will benefit from democracy is that freedom of speech. So we should not be afraid to begin to make sure that we lay emphasis on that freedom of speech, use our voice, because our voice is the instrument of change. Our voice is the instrument of transformation. Our voice is the instrument of innovation when it comes to democracy. And that is exactly what we are doing this platform. And when we are doing it, we should try and do research and do it correctly so that those that are listening to us will learn from us. Will not only learn from us, they will be able to inculcate into others what they've learned from us. There is different from just learning and just going away, and learning and trying to impact others as well. So we should not forget that this democratic principle, the continuity has to do with communication, interaction, rigidity, consistency, and we have to be relentless enough to know that it is our voice. We don't have any other weapon. Your gun, your instrument is your voice. We must keep speaking to the truth, and we must handle it with care. We must make sure we are saying the real fact. That is why those of us that are in diaspora will collaborate with those of us that are at home to say the truth, because we've enjoyed what the
the dividends of democracy actually is. We've enjoyed it. We know that there is profit in it. We know that we are going to gain a lot when you practice it. So I will encourage us to continue to do the right thing at all time. And Oga Lefties, I want to really celebrate you along with our CEO, Edigi. I want to celebrate everybody, our panelists, for the time you have come. John E., don't be discouraged. We know we are trying to correct you, and we are more Africans than you are, if I may say so, because I don't know you. They don't take anything personal. They just try and take correction from us. We will learn from you as well. So thank you, everybody. My sister that spoke last, my dear sister, Omoye Kono, thank you so much. I want to appreciate you. So, Oga Ike, I want to appreciate you for your patience. Everybody, I want to appreciate all of you. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. You know, you've spoken well. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
We go straight to Pansat.
Mr. Pansat, good evening to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good day to everybody. And Mr. Collins spoke very well as always. Omoye's Corner. Ike. I didn't catch the original issue, but I did hear the latter part of John E.'s comments. But I know that it's late. You guys, you've been doing a good job, and you've been here a long time. I want to speak about 3 issues that are not related to one another, but I want to run through them very quickly. But let me start with the John E. issue. The first time John E. came on this platform, he was bent on not giving Nigeria another chance. With one Nigeria, let's try, and then if we don't succeed, we can then take it from there. And I was one of those making case for him to be removed from the platform because he was distracting us. He, along with some others, and in up to today, he holds on to that. He can be removed for that because Mr. Elvis have said that this platform is for Obi's election. So we're in a strategy mode. We're 70 days or less to the election. So we don't need John E's distraction as far as that's concerned if he's not an obedient. But he does have a right to air his views, especially when he's speaking metaphorically. And we all know what that is. Somebody having his figure of speech, talking about African elders have failed us, and allegory, parable, analogy, things like that. It's in the United States where I am, and in most developed part of the world, people have a right to speak. Things are judged not by the age of the speaker, but by true or false. That's it, true or false. So an elder, yes, customary as an African, as a Nigerian, as Wafo, like me. Respect. It's very, very important. And it's also reciprocal. That is the only thing the English got right. Respect is reciprocal. Now, John E., from what I saw and his line of argument, what he's talking about is our people, the elders, have failed them in their generation. And he has a right to say that. Whether he's wrong or right, that's the academic, right? I didn't hear him cuss anybody out. I missed what he said to Mr. Ike, a gentleman. I've prayed, Mr. Ike, if you remember, first time I spoke to you was in Rudolph's platform, and I glorified you, set you where you belong. You're a gentleman, and it behooves anybody to insult Ike. The person must be drinking something, right? So I am for John E. speaking his mind, the way, as far as talking academic, talking history, that should be fine. Now, let me move on to an issue, just in case I get cut off. Let me talk about the issue that I really came here to talk about. Through the week, this platform's been doing a great job. It's for P2B, and they've been doing a great job. I mean, fantastic job. But the other day, I guess it was Friday, there was a heated discussion here, and there's this tendency, which is one of the things I've been fighting since I've been on this platform. I was shocked when Edo embraced P2B, gave people like myself room to come here and talk as if I'm in my own platform. And but I've been seeing that eroded. There's been this tendency if somebody like what is the Biafran guy that's on the radio that's replacing Nnamdi Kanu. It's not very popular right now. So
Simon Ekpa.
Simon Ekpa, yeah. When Simon Ekpa does something, and the people on this platform are saying, the Igbos, tell the Igbos they should do this, or tell the Igbos to support P2B, or you know, Biafra is this and this, and they're just talking and trying to lump all of us together and try to disrespect us. Therefore, Simon Ekpa has become a euphemism. Now, we know when people do that, when smaller tribes and the major tribes try to insult Igbos by using a euphemism, Simon Ekpa is now this tool to use to kick us and insult us. Igbos don't have a meeting and decide to support or not support P2B. We've said it many times that our leaders are not chosen by us, the governors, the senators, and people like that. So they don't have to support P2B because your support, Edo's support, is 10 times bigger than their support, those governors. What we needed was Edo or Benue or some other tribe to do the right thing. That's all we need. We don't need those governors. So I will leave it at that. But the final thing I want to talk about, Mr. Davis, I'm complaining to you about your brother. Let me see. His name is Israel Asimota. And three times you have interceded and say, okay, apologize, do this. The other day, I was on this platform and I wrote on a message and I said that the governor that's insulting P2B from his hometown is a Mugu. That's all I said. He started insulting me and telling me if I don't have to come to this platform, that the window is right, the door is right there. It's okay, the door, I'll take the door. I'll live through the door. So to me, that's what an insult is. I had pledged $1,000 for this platform with Mr. Alexander Gomez. I will withhold that money. I will keep supporting this platform the way I normally do with the little donations we make. But because I want you to own that thing that I say all the time, that you're welcome in here. This is a platform for P2B until February. We're gonna do it together. But he
Mr.
can't
Panzer,
keep.
can I come in?
Sure.
As for Mr. Israel Asemota, I will apologize for anything that went wrong. I'm not aware. You know, I think that was yesterday, right? You know,
I think it was Friday. It's probably Friday. I may be wrong. In the United States, it was Friday.
All right. I will apologize for that. You know, we have a rules here. I'm not sure what happened. We have rules here, which means that nobody is above that rules. Nobody can insult anybody on this platform. Nobody can discredit or look down on any kind of tribe on this platform. Even us, before you all came to this platform, we fought for Biafra severally. Go back to scroll down to our old videos, you see, you know. So for anybody to come here to create chaos one way or the other, directly or indirectly, is unacceptable. But for anybody to disrespect you or anybody on this platform is also unacceptable. So for me, I don't need to know what happened before I apologize. I really apologize to you. Israel is a very, very composed person. So maybe that day the heat was just too much for everyone. And it happens to me as well. Sometimes we go out of track. But because you are one of us here, you know, you should, even me, I might offend you tomorrow. But one thing you must understand, if you know this character is not like this, it just happened once in a while, that makes us human. Let's accept our apology. Thank you, sir.
No problem. I'll conclude. I know I've taken a long time, but I would say that if it's me, look, I'm a big boy. I gave it out and I could take it. That's not but the point is, if there is a pattern what I had said, and I want you to talk to him, because this is the third time, and you could remember you've interceded many times. What he's doing is he's speaking out. There are people that he believes that he's targeting, and he would tell them something like, look, there's no insult here. For example, he did it to CBD and some other people. He said, look, the insult is normally something like saying somebody's a mugu. That's what I said on Friday. And that guy is a mugu. That's not, I mean, it's a fact. The governor.
Who were you referring to as a mugu?
The governor of P2B state.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you draw a mugu in the dictionary, that is who you're gonna see there in that diagram.
Mr. Panzer, one thing you must understand: you are a father to every one of us here. Most of us. Let me say, most of us here. So I want you to have in back of your mind that we will offend you all the time. But as a father, you must have a heart of forgiving.
No problem. Look, Elvis, the work you're doing here, I said it looks like I'm saying it just to say no. You are an asset to the country. Leftists, the same thing. I didn't even know about you when I saw leftists. I told him, he mixes comedy with being fair, doing and all of them. Emma, I come at night she's prepared every night to deliver. So this is a great platform that should be funded by Obi's campaign itself, so that this is the way it's supposed to be. But don't tell me you do not know that your brother, who is not obedient, I don't know if he's finally obedient, but if he goes systematically when picking on special tribes of people, when they say something, he would tell
Israel
them to leave.
is 100% for Obi, 100%.
All right. Well, thank God. And so I don't know what it is. When I said that, it was just in jest. But we have to feel comfortable. Like John E., if he's breaking the rules here, the procedure is procedural things that we should have an issue with. We have this is Obi's platform. The owner have said it. If he comes here trying to distract us, he can leave. But if he's making a point and he's using metaphor to say that our elders, they have failed us. Even myself, our own elders, they have failed us because of this particular
Mr.
issue.
Panzer,
What we were saying, we said issue.
Mr. Panzer,
yes, sir.
I think I need to come in here. I understand your position. Well, I am not going to speak on the former. I'm just going to talk of the latter, because the former, I don't really know what happened between you and Israel, because what you are saying now, you've reported 3 times. So I'm going to be very observant, and also I think Mr. Elvis will also be observant, because we hardly would overlook anything that is not so well with among us. That is for us. That is that. Now, talking about the latter, you really don't understand. It is not metaphoric. You see, the topic of today has been changed by just one man. All the videos we are showcasing is not what we are talking about. You need to follow up, sir. We started the second section, and we call on Mr. Ike on the second section
and
to
John
speak.
E. came to disrupt everything.
And John E. came in. He just asked Mr. Ike, can I ask you a question? Are you aware that a lot of people were killed in Enugu today? S-men killed a lot of people in Enugu today. This is just not about what we are talking about. I don't know why he came
to
with
do
that.
with what we were talking about. So that's
So
total
Mr. Ike tried to, he said, no, you need to answer me. Are you aware? I was like, come on, why are you asking Mr. Ike such a question? And he became very rude. I said, look, you are talking to an elder. You have to have respect. Look at the comment section, and people started calling him. He said he doesn't care. Elders has failed us. I say, if you say that, you're indirectly insulting all of us here, because I say, like me, I'm an elder to you, because from your look, I know I'm your elder. I must not be older, like 100 years. He said inclusive to you too. If you add yourself as elder, you have failed. Then he went using metaphor. If the children are hungry, is elder. These are not topic. This is not what we are talking about. This is an indirect insult. Look, we're Africans. You don't need to tell us we are crazy before we know that you are insulting us. I don't know where the elders failed us came into this topic, but we'll be saying our leaders has failed us. My father didn't fail me. Most of our elders, clans we grew up, didn't fail us. There were a lot of sanity where we grew up. Just let me finish. A lot of sanity. You don't take what does not belong to you. These were areas we grew up from. You don't even pick from the ground what does it's not your own. If you take it, you return it back. This were the area we grew up from. During our time, there was sanity with our elders. Then if our few representatives now failed us, does not mean that all elders, and I come to you here again, have failed us. If we have few criminals that are looting us, are in charge, representing us, does not mean everybody in Nigeria, all elders has failed us. This is where that word came in. We asked him to apologize. Everybody, people, just go and read the comment section, sir. People started calling in, the topic changed, and he was adamant. He was still adamant, arguing and changing the topic. He changed the topic totally. This is not what we are talking about today. Or what we have killed today. Nobody's talking about it. It's John E.
Mr. Ed, is this what you guys want here? Because we're actually making progress, but since John E came, everything has gone.
I'm just talking to Panzer because Panzer just came in. He said he didn't know how it started, but John In is correct. If you use a metaphoric.
No.
How does
I understand I understand you're addressing Panzer, and I know Panzer did not hear when John E came in, but there's something Panzer said there. I want to say something. I know Panzer is an Igbo man. John E is an Igbo man. I'm also an Igbo man. I don't feel that there's anybody here that attack Igbo people. In fact, the person that come here to spoil the progress is an Igbo man, which is John E. He claims to be an Igbo man. He's not for one Nigeria. He's not for P2B. I don't know why he keeps coming here.
And again, let me quickly meet Pansat. On Simon Ekba's program, I think it was on a Friday. If you follow us very well, sir, the people that are using general language, please, sir, go back to that program. We keep on addressing that issue. If one person is saying this, it's not all Igbos. And we even went ahead to say that even the Anambra State governor is even doing 419 with for accepting Atiku, that he's going to vote Peter Obi. Listen to us. People will say, Igbo is not organized, Igbo is not. We say, no, you cannot say that generally. We argue that because this is a platform. In a platform, we have to be balancing. We listen to people, and if it is not working, we try to balance. Personally, I listen to languages a lot. Language, the use of terms.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
There's nothing we're going to move on. We're going to round up very soon. And John E has changed the topic. We are talking about him now. And this is how we end.
No. We can't continue about him, please. We can't continue about
this is 5 hours plus now.
Yes,
and I think very soon we are supposed to be rounding up.
Mr. Pansat, the topic today, I want you to contribute to it.
I just want Pastor to understand where we come from so that he gets.
That's fine now. Don't forget about John E. lefties, please. All right, Mr. Panzer, the topic today, I want you to talk on it if it's for 3 minutes so that at least we can take your own submission on that. Buhari have reinstated that he's going to make sure that there will be a free and fair election, and he went as far by saying that all Nigerians should vote for the candidate of their choice and a party of their choice. So these are one of the things that we're talking. In fact, it's the main topic that we're talking about today. Although we play other videos, but I think that is the main subject of today. If you
I think I have to take Panzer all through if we need to start up again. Like Mr. Elvis just said, the very first video we played was on Buhari talking on that he's going to allow Nigeria. No. The first video was about the commoners, talking about Peter Obi, talking about who they are going to vote for. They actually destroyed. Not the two videos we played were all together, but in one. They were talking who they're going to vote, how they're going to change the narrative and all that. That were the two videos. After that, we went to Buhari on INEC, where Buhari was asked question in America that, do you think the attack of INEC, how it's going to? He said no. INEC has not complained. That he gave, they released form, they gave everything to INEC. Everything.
Lefty, you cannot take the whole time to explain everything.
Yeah, I got
play
it.
so many videos.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, we
thank
so
you very
many
much.
videos.
I
Let him talk
appreciate
about
that.
the major one.
I will talk about the
Okay.
major one. Yeah. And
Okay.
it's a very important one. And allow me to be naive for a minute. I believe Buhari that he has no choice anyway. But thank God that for the first time, he first of all signed that Electoral Act of 2022. It's a very important thing that he did there. And then we thank him again for his body language. His body language has been speaking volume. It's just that Tinubu and his handlers are just aloof. They don't want to see his body language. He's not for rigging this election because he himself is not in there. He's not a candidate. But it doesn't allow the vice president to campaign or his chief of staff and so many others who are important. So yeah, all he has to do to keep his word is to remain neutral the way he's been. He does go to a couple of functionaries, but it looks like he means business. He's not going to allow them to rig it, but there will be. Let's not be naive. There will be stations, voting booths, and certain district places where a little rigging is done, but it's not going to stop us. Nigerians need to come out in their masses and take this country back. Boy, it is going to be a wonderful revolution in February. Nothing is going to stop it. So I believe him so far because what I've been watching is his body language. He's not for Tinubu. Nobody can be for Tinubu that cares a little bit about the country. And I believe that Buhari is like George Bush. Analogically, I'm trying to give you an analogy. When George Bush was leaving, he had done his 8 years, and in the United States, his party was the Republican Party, and John McCain was supposed to be the candidate from his party. But George Bush was so tired and started getting it at the end that he somehow wished Obama to win that election. And that's exactly what Buhari is doing. It's going to be the same thing. Buhari is not getting support from, Tinubu is not getting the support that he would have been getting by now. So Mr. Igini is the one that all obedience should listen to. Mr. Igini is a very smart guy. I think he's from Cross River or somewhere there. He used to be a resident INEC personnel. He says that this election cannot be rigged. That a lot of those PVCs that you see out there being dumped are people who have now noticed that PVC is totally useless. Printing those PVCs like they did the way they did before, because there'll be biometrics involved. So they're not going to be able to rig it if there's a lot of people. Normally, election rigging works if it's kind of close, so then you can rig yourself into office. But if you have Nigerians come out, the youth, Edo is no joke. Edo people, Igbos, Yorubas, Fulanis, Hausas, Ejos, thieves, whatever, Efik, Ibibius, go out there, stay in the rain or whatever and vote, collect the PVC and vote in masses, and then you dare to rig that election, then you're going to get it. First of all, it's not going to work. So don't let people distract us with that stuff. We believe Buhari right now. We have to thank him for signing that Electoral Act of 2022. So that is my take on it. I do believe him on this one. I'm going to be naive, but if he goes back on his word, then he's going to get it. Thank you very much.
Are people really having access to this PVC? Because I can see a lot of issues regarding people trying to collect their PVC. Because if you don't have your PVC, that is where they start the ringing.
Yeah, that's true. It's a two-way thing. Those who don't have their PVC right now do have a little blame, but INEC has also frustrated them from getting their PVC. We keep saying every day for almost 6 months now, go and get your PVC. I'm in the United States and I got my PVC.
But INEC is currently announcing for people to come collect their PVC. In fact, INEC just tweeted a minute ago. I'm reading it right now on Twitter, asking Nigerians to come and collect their PVC. They just tweeted less than a minute ago on Twitter. Check Twitter, INEC, you see right there.
Yeah, so, it doesn't even make any sense. It's not rational. Go and get your PVC. Even if you're not going to vote, then you at least for the fact that you have that PVC, that means a lot. If you're a crooked person, you could sell it, right? Go and get your PVC. Don't sell it. Use it to vote to make the country better. And we're all going to come back and make that country much, much better than anybody's ever seen it before. That's all we're asking you. Do us one little favor. Okay? It's easy for us to be over here talking to Nigerians. It looks like we're condescending. No, we're begging you. We need to come back home. There's so many people who have things to contribute, but that place is not safe. There's no power. Go and get the PVC. That's what you do that for us. We owe you. I'm telling you that. I know so many people, and I'm speaking on the behalf of people who are over here in diaspora. We are begging you, no matter what it takes, 2 days of your life to be in the line or phone call or whatever you have to do, go and get that PVC. Do the right thing. Vote for a good government. Baba Ahmed is a serious guy. P2B is a serious guy. Or whoever you think, you vote for whoever you want. I'm suggesting that you vote for P2B. And then we are going to come home and make that country the best, at least in Africa. Just give us that chance. We're begging you. Go and get your PVC, because once you have that, you've done your duty. We're going to take it from there. We'll owe you, and we're going to pay you for that. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Panzer. And one person that have not spoken, but though he called us and spoke through the phone, Big Oye. Let's give him the chance before we go back and start rounding up. People will spend a lot of time today. So, Big Oye, please talk to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lattis. I think I'm going to just talk on probably what Buhari was talking about concerning the INEC. I don't think we should take him seriously. As we speak at the moment, Buhari doesn't even know what is happening in the country. The real ringers, they're just somewhere. You understand? When they were bribing people with $20,000, he was having his own boy, but a boy did not emerge. Why people were throwing dollars here and there, he was never aware, doesn't even know what happened. So I don't think we should take his word as an advantage. We still have to hold the bull by the horn. In Nigeria, there's no election without ringing. All we have to do as obedient supporters or diehard supporters, thank God that the president we live in, the present situation today, we are all used to social media and all that. I think the youth have to probably come together with that strong advantage. We have to probably try to be available in every polling unit. If we can follow it like that, it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to ring the election 100%. And another thing I need to talk about, these dubious politicians, before they come in, probably to start contesting for election, there's what they call like putting every masses into a tight situation. There's hunger in the land. At times when I'm watching the so-called rally of other parties, you see a lot of youth running after these people. Do you think they want these people to come in to emerge as the president? No. It's the benefit. That is what they are chasing. And that is the truth. What I want everyone to do, we still have to educate our people more
especially those that live in the rural area. We need to enlighten them. We need to make them understand why we are clamoring for this man, Peter Obi. See, I'm not saying Peter Obi is going to come in as a president and change everything overnight. He's not a mathematician. It's not something that can happen like that. But if you look at everyone coming out to become a president, if you look at the A, B, C, he's still the one who is probably the best among others. That's the reason we are all clamoring for Peter Obi. And another thing I have to say to my brothers in the East, this is a great opportunity. We know I can't come probably on this platform to condemn them when they probably say, oh, they want a division. Why are you clamoring for division? Because there are some benefits you think you are supposed to be getting from this president and it's not coming to you. So why can't we just put heads together, probably try your own person from the East and see if probably there will be a change? I'm not saying anything like that so soon. Trying to break up as a Nigerian. It's not something that is going to be easy. This is something that has been on ground for a very long time. It's not something that's going to be easy. But what I would say is probably your home man is coming out now to become a president, and everyone, even the part of the South, part of the West, they are supporting Peter Obi 100%. I think it's that time for us to do all our best, all we need to do to bring him into power. And it's going to be something every one of us are not going to regret. I see no reason why the PDP man will come in, there will be any change. I see no reason why the APC man will come in and there will be a change. Trust me on this. It's going to be something that is probably going to be worse than what we are experiencing now. That is my submission for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for making that brief. Thank you very much. I think everyone have... Okay, Chima Obi is here with us. Chima Obi, please talk to us, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Finally, your network is good now.
Oh, thank you. Thank God. I was close to radiology, that is why. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Panzer. I always feel happy and energetic whenever I hear you, talk to us, talk to Nigerians. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Leftist, Mr. Evix, for showing a quality of a good leadership in this platform. Thank you so much. And I thank all the panelists, how everybody contributed and handled this situation. I was going through the comment section and I was recording all the minutes it took everybody here from the distraction from John E. and everybody, blah, 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 blah. So we don't need such kind of distraction now. We have 70-something days to this election possible. So, Mr. Najawat, you have told us over and over that this platform is meant for Peter Obi the Rock. That is where we are. And that is the only reason why I always come to this platform. And thank you so much. Now that Buhari has told the world, Nigeria, that he will make sure we had free and fair election in Nigeria. Okay, good and fine. Then what I want to say is, Mr. Najawat, please, because I noticed when Obaseki won his second term in office, Edo people, they put more effort. They work so hard. This platform, you work so hard. Leftists and everybody work so hard for Obaseki to win because there was so much pressure. This Jagaban and APC, Turo Shemole, all these people, they were all running Edo State like every minute of the day to make sure that Eze Inyang won that election. But Edo people stood up, rejected money, rejected bribe, and everything. So what my suggestion is, if you can sometimes bring that idea, that master plan that make Obaseki one, because those days I watch Obaseki, he has lost hope. Whenever he's making a campaign, he's crying. So he's like somebody who lost hope, who doesn't even believe that he can win that election, but he eventually won. So that is what we Nigerians need now, because those states, is a tested state, and it work, because money does not work until Obaseki won that second time, before he started to mess up. So that is the kind of energy, that is the kind of ideas we that are obedient need to get from you people, those citizens that has tested it and it worked for you. So we need that so that we can sanitize our people. I know we are going to collect our PVC. I know we are going to vote Obidaji. But what are those testimonies that Edo people told their father, their mother, their sister, everybody in Edo State, that allowed them to vote for Baseke for him to win that election? So these are the kind of things that we need to be engaging ourselves now, because we are very close than ever. And this is the only best opportunity we have. If we miss it, Obi, that is not coming back. And these are only credible candidates we have now in our country. So please, Mr. Niger, if it's possible, bring those strategies you guys use that make Obaseki to win his second time in office. Thank you.
Mr. Shimaobi, thank you very much for suggesting that. But I want to assure you and let you know that we have already started that. Since November, we have started working, from community to community. We are doing that. I have my team on ground. In fact, we are doing even more than what we're doing on screen, here every blessed day, so we are doing our part. So what I'm saying to people here is that you do your part. Everybody should do their part. When it comes to Edo, we are already doing our part. We all are united. Every blessed day, I got a feedback from my team. So as for that, I assure you that we are already working on that. Thank you, sir. I guess.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I guess we've all spoken, and on this note, sometimes it's hard for me to say we'll be rounding up, because most cases I don't even want to round up. But I don't know why. I just feel like being here because.
Wait, I'm sorry to interject, Mr. Lefty. Sorry. Where Ophili never can give us the gist when he starts the last time, or Mr. Tunaija. You remember, Abi? Ophili, where are you, Ophili? We still they wait you up. We need that hot gist. From your days in the army. Come and tell us the rest of it. I've been waiting. I never see him. I just wanted to say thank you very much. Mr. Panzer, thank you. It's nice to see you. We haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you very much for everyone for your contribution. Mr. Ike, thank you again. And again, we apologize on behalf of our little naughty brother, John. I know we'll call him Mr. again. I don't drop him from his name. And I apologize to Mr. Leftis as well. Mr. Leftis, so not only Mr. Leftis understand
he's a brother. He's a brother to everyone.
Yeah, na little naughty brother. He naughty today. I talk him. John, you are a very intelligent man. Me, I respect you. I like your contribution, even though we know say follow us for this Obidati movement. But you did come with some excellent points. But if you go just learn to respect people, I beg you, even if you won't talk, everybody is willing to listen to what you have to say. We know say na Biafra you hold gidigba like Arab that. We no follow you drag that one. But when you come here, respect people when you meet for here. Even if you don't know them before, you understand? Respect the people for here, and we go listen to what you get to talk. As long as you don't insult us, because me no go dey this life, make I hear you dey talk anyhow when I no go interrupt you. I go interrupt you. We go scatter this life together. So thank you very much, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you, and I'll see you guys again.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Morekona. as we dey talk, to go, no, they always they hungry me, but we need to go. Yes.
No, it's already 5 hours, something.
Yes.
So
Before we go, we know it's in our tradition to give everybody round a minute of to say bye bye,
minute,
father, bye bye.
1 minute,
One
minute.
minute. But before then, that's still our tradition. And we know, I don't know whether others they miss out, but me, I know they forget to miss out. We show how many videos today, exactly 7 videos. First 2 videos, Nigeria, the common Nigerians talking. The third video, Buhari on INEC. The fourth video, Buhari turn 80 years. The fifth video, Wike say in the sleep, they go to wake him up. The sixth video was the attack on press freedom by APC and their campaign team. And the last video was on Reno, showcasing Peter Obi, talking good of him. These were the 7 video we showed. And we started the 5th video from the second segment. But so far, we must not forget to say thank you to JJ for his super chat. And we must not forget to say Charles. In fact, Charles Ezedonwa was the very first person today to super chat us, followed by JJ, then followed by Alexander Gomez when the platform begin get hit. And Alexander Gomez again returned the same thing to speak in language. He not just the carry type. He the right 18 spoon for money show us. God go bless you. Now this kind of people will define. Now people will just they talk for you get right to talk, but we go prefer if you the writer for your money, you go writer for money show us. Who don't like better thing? Thank you for all of you way super chat us today. So far, we just get a call for Madam Rita and a call for Mori where everywhere begin the hot the scatter. They at the end of the day, Big Uyi, because of the matter, he called in. We will say thank you for joining us through call. Then, for people who call comment section today, Mr. Ike was the very first person. We say thank you. God sent the great thank you. Chima Obi, you'll be the third person, but you will come out. But thank God you come back. Thank you for coming back. Miss Alice, yes, he was here. Nonly 77. He came, but he didn't wait. He left. Then, just for you, thank you, sir. Then we have Breadman. Thank you for your time. Then we had one person that came that didn't speak. His name now, Lit Bradford Nation. Now, so anything right for his name, but me no say his name now. He rename that Chasi Gui. We get out to get information. But thank you. He not just wait to talk. He come out. Then we get Pharaoh. Pharaoh self no wait to speak. Pharaoh the Great himself come out. We know say you na Chris George, but you put out today Pharaoh the Great. Thank you for coming. Then after that we had T. Thank you T. After that we had John E. Even if you scatter our table, we'll see you tomorrow, not today again. Thank you for scattering everywhere. Then we can get Philip Prince Collins. Thank you, Phil Collins. Then we have Philip King. Thank you. Say this is your first time and you're joining us from Germany. We're happy always very well. Each time we see first timer. Not because saying that your first time, we're happy because it make the more the merrier. The more we the many, the more happiness, the more happy we are. So that's why we say thank you for joining us today. We are very, very grateful. That's why we try to say how Germany. Thank you, Mr. Philip King. Then we had Omoye's Corners. Thank you, because that one just come. Where everywhere they scatter. Now you call this separate fight. My fear be say maybe person don't go mistakenly knock a hammer. But anyway, Omoye's Corner is a bit dodge hammer. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Then we had a Big Uyi. He finally joined us after he called us because he talked to us like family. Mr. Big Uyi, God bless you. Then we had Panzer. Panzer, a very long time. The two calls to you again. But he always they from distance they write a letter, put for money post, come here all the time. Thank you for that. Even when you know they join us, but today he joined us. We are very happy that you joined us. So before we on this note, this were everything we will get as for record for today. We want to say thank you for all of you. We listen to us. We stay with us till now. God will continue to bless you as soon as they contribute through looking at and listening to us. No contribution past that one. In fact, that be the organ pata of all of them. Thank you for viewers. Thank you very much. So maybe we will give everybody 1 minute to talk. Those ones were there, but before that, I think Elvis gets something to talk.
I don't really have much to say. Let everybody have exactly 1 minute. Please, everybody stick to your 1 minute. We need to round up. We've been here now for 5 hours, 30 minutes. So we're going to start with Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike,
Elvis, will make I ask a question. If I decide to say I don't want to go and sleep here, what do you do?
I know. You better make you sleep. All of us will leave you here.
Okay. You know, go see me on the I'll join you now. Oh, yeah, 1 minute.
No, we will leave you here. Mr. Ike, sir, talk to us. Thank you, sir.
Akwa Ibom here will come on Tuesday. Let all obedient worldwide, those who are in Nigeria, those who are in Calabar, those in River State, those in Imo State, go join our brothers and sisters in Akwa Ibom on Tuesday for the rally in Akwa Ibom. That is possible. New Nigeria is possible. Thank you for everything for today. Like as you said, we all are pursuing for one goal. We have one mission. We have one vision. To see that Peter Obi and Tati Baba Ahmed go to Asoro. And I pray that God will continue to strengthen all of us to do what we can do back home. And I think that everybody that is in this panel is doing his or her best back home there too. I calculated how much you want to spend in this December for the people at home, but this year there is no money for you until I know that until after February.
Thank you, sir.
When everybody has voted.
I like that.
And I see everybody vote. Then whatever that you're supposed to get in this December, probably, if God keep us alive, maybe you get ×2 to it.
Thank you.
The time for family and friends, not this December. I told everybody for the past since November.
Thank you.
So I pray that we encourage our brothers and sisters and our friends and our neighbors in the kindreds, in the villages, in the neighborhoods. Let the message continue to go around. And I believe that with God and with our effort, it shall be possible. God bless you. And I wish everybody a blessed new week.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike. This is one of the things I'm talking about. Please, don't bombard your family members. I'm sorry that we have to intrude. Don't bombard them with money. Let them show you PVC. Then you can encourage them. Let it be, a situation of give and take. Thank you. Let's move on to the next person here, which is the next person is Breadman. Prince Collins. Sorry, Prince Collins. Please, your 1 minute, sir.
Okay. Just as the last speaker said, there's not much to say. I think the only thing I will want us to do, because this is a campaign period, one thing I want us to do as we celebrate Christmas with our family, we should endeavor to ask people in our local council, people that live with us, because the duty of each and every one of us here, if we expand it personally, if we carry it out personally and expand it, collectively, it will go a long way, doing a lot of influence in this incoming election. So in our immediate environment, we should endeavor to ask our friends, well-wishers, people around us, if they've not gotten their PVC, if not for any reason, they should go and get it. Because first of all, if the PVC is not out from INEC office, we can't use it. And if you don't know, the target they are doing right now, the PVC that are being destroyed are the PVCs that was registered by new electorates. And those new electorates are for Peter Obi and Peter Obi alone. So they are trying to make sure they frustrate the effort of those go to, exercise their franchise at that time. So we should endeavor to have people in our environment that are due of age to vote if they got their PVC. If they've not, we should do everything to assist them to make sure they get their PVC so that we'll be ready for the battle, because you can't go to battle without having your necessary instrument to do the fight. Thank you and God bless us. Leftists, take on easy, may relax. Everything will
Thank
bomb.
you,
I did your
Mr.
side.
Police. God
Yeah,
bless you,
brother.
sir. Thank you. Breadman, please talk to us 1 minute. Okay, Breadman is already sleeping, I guess. Okay, Mr. Panzer, use your 1
Yeah.
minute, sir.
Thank you very much. And it's not easy. I don't envy you guys. You're doing a fantastic job. But I want to tell you that dedicating your platform for this Obidata Dati movement, it's an act of patriotism. We thank you very much. And not to rehash, I want to say to everybody who's in Benue Plateau, Edo, trust me, I am speaking with some kind of knowledge when I say we thank you very much. What we need is not our governors, it's not our senators. Let me just say that again. We need you, and you are there as far as you're doing it not because you're altruistic. You're just doing the right thing. You're trying to select the best candidate. You don't care where it comes from, if it's Yoruba, Fulani, Igbo, Ejo, whatever. You're doing it because that's the best candidate. Therefore, all of us in brotherhood in saying, okay, let's go get our country back. So let me thank Edo, no matter where you are, Egara, Obela, Efuze, right? Eboma. I don't know if I should thank Ouchie, but let me go ahead and throw them in there. Okada and the rest of it. You guys, you are our strength, not our governors, please. And let's go ahead and take the country back. They cannot do anything with this. Obi and the Labour Party, they're not stupid. They know if there is a crisis with the PVC, they would step in either legally or otherwise. So
thank you.
Yes, we raise the issue, but don't be discouraged thinking Buhari is going to help them rig his election. No, he cannot, but he will not. That's a double bargain of it. Even if he wants to, he cannot. But thank God, his body language, his promises to the international community, and there'll be a lot of it this time. This is a very important election. So let's go. Let's be motivated. Let's take our country back. And then to my brother John, I'm one of those people who I didn't like you coming on this platform to distract us, because when strategy sessions, whenever we're not here to debate who's supposed to be the candidate. We already have a candidate. It's how do we help? That's what we're doing here. It's a strategy meeting. Every day we're here. So, but I listened to you in the car on Friday, and you were so good. And you were eloquent and you made very good points. So welcome to the show. As a matter of fact, Elvis was telling you, hey, John, I like you now. You know, and I was laughing, I just want you to go ahead and be obedient, because that is the only thing to be. From the arguments you're making, if you want a big Africa, you want big black man, you want everything. So then finally, those of you who hear John E's accent and you think he's not a Nigerian, that's just folly, right? He's a true Nigerian. He knows about Nigeria more than most people. He's a learned guy. He knows
Okay.
it, plus as an Igbo guy.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much. And leftists, I like your comedy and your everything, your presentation. So keep doing it. Appreciate it. And my brother Ike, I wish I could see you smile again. I saw you smile earlier. It's the first time. Oh, there you go. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Mr. Collins.
Thank you, sir.
Alex,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Yeah. God bless you, sir. Big Uyi, please use your 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just my submission is still on to encourage every one of us. This journey we all started, we should understand is not going to be easy. Especially when it comes closer to the election day, and probably on that election day, a lot of people are going to be bought, a lot are going to be beaten, a lot are going to be arrested. We should stand firm as one to achieve this our goal. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Big Uyi. Chima Obi, Please talk to us 1 minute.
Thank you so much. Mr. Najawaj, I pray to you guys every day that God will continue to give you this energy to stay for these long hours. It's not easy. To make corrections from every comment is not easy. God will continue to strengthen you and your crew as we progress. I want to remind my fellow Nigerians, please do not say your vote. It is your power. It is your right. Remember, those people who say Baba in 2015, many died. Boko Haram terrorists killed many of them. Many of them are still dying today. Many of them is now, had it been I know, I would have not voted for Say Baba. Today, no more Say Baba. Don't vote for a man who have told his followers, snatch the ballot boxes, run with it, and kill anybody that comes on your way. Do not sell your vote. Vote for Labour Party, and Nigeria will be good. P2B and Dati has told us, we are the ones running this election through them. Let us vote them in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Malby. Mr. Alex, your 1 minute, please. Okay.
Yes, I just want to thank you for the program, you and your team. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, my brother. Thank you very much for your encouragement. I want to use this opportunity to thank every one of you that have supported us today, that have joined this broadcast. Every one of you, I can see some names right there who started with us from the beginning in this moment. I want to say we are grateful. Those of you that have shared this broadcast, thank you. Those of you that have liked the broadcast, thank you. All our panelists, thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. All our callers, we want to say we are grateful. Thank you. Without you guys, we can't do this. We're going to be back again tomorrow by 10 a.m. with Ima. As you all know that we are here Monday to Monday, 10 a.m. for news review with Ima, Monday to Saturday. And tomorrow, the same thing we did today, we're going to start it again tomorrow, all over again by 5 p.m. till Thursday, while Fridays, our debates, Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. We are here 7 days a week. We are here crying together to save Nigeria. That's what we are doing. And who do we choose? We know that can save Nigeria for us is Mr. Peter Obi. And we are here doing it together. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Those of you that have super chatted us, thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your financial support. We are very, very grateful. Trust me, you guys are the one giving us the energy to do what we're doing today. Thank you. I will say good night to every one of you. Bye for now. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. I. All right. Lefty, do you have anything you want to say quickly, or I should just round up?
No, it's okay for me. It's good night. I'm only surprised that Mr. Alex just did it very short. I never believed it.
That's Alex for you. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
He was sleeping.